Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Friday, September 22nd, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ORIONNWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got 10 games left of the regular season, and we got one of the best matchups in baseball to kind of close it out. Seattle Mariners versus the Texas Rangers. First pitch will be in about 9 minutes. So let's get into the thumb, and then let's go over the starting lineups. All right, baby. On the thumb, you already know what I had to do. I had to hit you with Bryce Miller and Adolis Garcia. Let's go, baby. And I ended up getting some additional logos. I got this really cool one of the Texas Rangers shaped as Texas. Love that. And then we have the original Seattle S. And then I got the Mariners as far as an additional spinning logo. So I am ready to go. This is going to be a hell of a matchup. And let's go into the lineups. All right, baby, here we go. Leading off for the Mariners, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Batting second, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. Batting third, big dumper, catcher Cal Raleigh. Batting fourth, playing cleanup for Seattle tonight, right fielder Teoscar Hernandez. Batting fifth, third baseman Eugenio Suarez. Batting sixth, left fielder Jared Kelenic. Batting seventh, first baseman Ty France. Batting eighth, DHing for Seattle, you already know what it is, Dominic Canzone. And batting ninth, second baseman Josh Rojas. And on the mound for the Mariners, Bryce Miller. Let's go, baby. Got to have a great game from you, Bryce. These last 10 games are going to be very, very crucial. 8-5 record for Bryce Miller with a 3.88 ERA. Let's go. Let's get into the lineup for the Rangers. All right, baby. Leading off for the Rangers, second baseman Marcus Semien. Batting second, playing shortstop for Texas, Corey Seager. Batting third, playing first base, Nathaniel Lowe. Batting cleanup and batting fourth, third baseman Josh Young. Batting fifth, playing right field tonight, Adolis Garcia. Batting sixth, playing catcher for Texas, Jonah Hyam. Batting seventh, DHing for the Rangers, Mitch Garver. Batting eighth, playing center field, Leody Taveras. And batting ninth, left fielder, Evan Carter. And on the mound for the Rangers, Dane Dunning. Go, baby. 10-6 record with a 3.78 ERA. This is going to be a battle. 10 games left to decide if the Mariners or the Rangers or both of us are going to end up hitting the postseason. And it's not going to be easy, okay? With this particular schedule, we got Rangers, and we got 3 games with Houston, and then 4 games to close it out with the Rangers. Our record right now going into the matchup with the Texas Rangers, we are 1-5. We need to flip that record to 5-1. And if we're able to go 5-1 and win at least 1 game, possibly 2 against the Astros, I I think the magic number for the Mariners is going to be 7-3. If we can get 7 wins and we can get 3 losses, that should be enough to get us in. Maybe not be the best between the Rangers and the Astros, but hey, if we can be that second team that gets in and not the one on the couch going home, we're going to have to monitor the Blue Jays. We're going to have to monitor the Astros. We're going to have to monitor the Mariners and especially the Rangers. But out of these 4 teams, only 3 are going to make it. So I got to pray that we can bring the bats and the pitching is going to be great. And it all starts tonight. The last 10 games, 3 against the Rangers on the road, 3 at home against the Astros, and then the last 4 against the Rangers. So it's nice that we'll be able to decide our own fate. It's not going to come down to, the Red Sox need to win or this team needs to do this. It's pretty much we take care of business, we get in. If we don't, we're going to be on the couch, eating popcorn, watching the Rangers and Astros and Blue Jays in the playoffs. Let's go, baby. I'm ready to go. Let's get it. Shout out to everyone on Twitter/X that's watching as well as on YouTube. And we're going to get quite a few people coming through to watch the game. One of my really good buddies, Jake, is at the game with his son. And he already ended up getting a ball already, a little piece of memorabilia, which was very, very cool. Looks like a Luis Baez ended up tossing up a ball to his son, which is very, very cool. And I just got a photo. So awesome. Anytime that you can end up, spending memories, and making memories, with your son or your daughter or someone special in your life, especially when we have a game like this. And Rangers obviously feel confident. They're at home. They're 5-1 against us in the first 6 games throughout the year. We just got to be able to buck that trend. Instead of being 1-5, we've got to be that team that's 5-1. And again, it's going to be tough. We definitely have the hardest schedule out of any of the teams that are remaining that are in the mix. So it comes down to Rangers 3 times, Astros 3 times at home, and then Rangers 4 times to close it out. That's Seattle's schedule. Not easy, okay? And the Astros, they got the fucking Royals, right, at home 3 times, Mariners in Seattle 3 times, and then they have 3 times against the Arizona Diamondbacks. So the Astros are in. More than likely, that schedule is easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The Astros are in, okay? Mariners have the toughest. Then with the Rangers, they got Seattle, the Angels, and then Seattle. So for the Rangers, it's going to be pretty tough as well. And then as we look at the Toronto Blue Jays, they got Tampa Bay at Tampa Bay for 3 games, New York at home for 3, and then Tampa Bay at the end. So definitely the Mariners and the Blue Jays and Rangers have the toughest out, but I would probably say that the Mariners and Blue Jays, since they have to play Tampa Bay 6 times out of, 9 games, 3 against the Yankees are winnable, but those Tampa Bay games are going to be tough. And then the Mariners have Texas, Houston, Texas. That's number 1. Toronto Blue Jays, Tampa Bay, number 2. Rangers, Seattle, Angels, Seattle. That Angels series is easy like the Yankees. They should be able to get that done. And then obviously the easiest, Astros, Royals, Seattle, Diamondbacks. So we'll see where it goes, but I like that we can actually control our own destiny. And I am ready to go. Get your popcorn ready, baby. Let's go. And like I said, I'm definitely going to soak this one in since I won't be able to do a Mariner game on Saturday or Sunday since I'm going to go see primetime Deion Sanders, Colorado Buffaloes coming into Autzen Stadium against my Oregon Ducks. I haven't been to a game in over a year, with COVID and everything else. I am super excited. I'm also invited to a pregame tailgate that's going to have the parents of the players, alumni, and on top of that, they are honoring LaMichael James, one of my favorite players on the Ducks of all time, and then inducting him into the College Football Hall of Fame. So maybe I'll be able to meet LaMichael at that party prior to actually going into the game. That would be a dream come true to get a photo with LaMichael James and whatnot, even though I do know that he's around town a lot in Oregon. He actually owns a chain of Killer Burger restaurants because he didn't waste his money like a lot of these other NFL players. LaMichael James was smart, all right? After he had his little run with the Niners and Dolphins and his career kind of ended a little early, right? He decided to use that money that he had to open up those burger, chains. And he's doing pretty good. So, shout out to LaMichael James getting that College Football Hall of Fame nod. And the Duck fans are going to go crazy. Can't wait for that particular matchup tomorrow. Going to be, getting up early, probably around 5, 6 a.m. Got to get Paisley walked. And then me and my bro Dave, his birthday is actually on Sunday. So anytime you end up getting something blessed to you or gifted, I like to be able to pay it forward. And it just so happens to be that I haven't seen Dave in about 20 years prior to last year. And we met up for a Mariner game, the actual game that I got the Aaron Judge ball. And we sat next to each other and talked for about 5-10 minutes prior to the game starting. About 5 innings later, I got the Aaron Judge ball during that 62 home run season. And I figured, what a better way to be able to reconnect is actually to get to go to a game together, not go with separate friends and meet up prior to the game, but actually go together. And he hasn't been to a game, he told me, in 10 years, and his birthday is on Sunday. So I couldn't think of a better person to go with me. But when I actually invited him, I didn't even know his birthday was on Sunday. So definitely going to try to do some video from the pregame. Obviously, activities that are going to be there. I assume there'll be some drinking going on, maybe some beer pong, some chicken, some burgers, some dogs. It's going to be great. But we have this game here to focus on today. All right, we got the Seattle Mariners, Texas Rangers. Let's fucking go. And like I said, I'm super excited because usually when I go, I try to get tickets. But the cool thing is the last time that I actually sat in this section, this was about, I'm trying to think, 15 to 20 years ago. And in this particular section where all the parents are, Tony Dungy, the former coach of the Buccaneers, the Colts, Super Bowl winner, and then he went on to NBC, and he works obviously for networks now, just talking football. His son was enrolled at the University of Oregon as like the 4th string wide receiver years ago. And when I went to that section, I ended up dating this girl, Jasmine, and I brought her son, who didn't have a father. So I decided, hey, he was like 5-6 years old. Let me, take you to your first Duck game. Got him a custom Michael James jersey, for a kid. And then we ended up going to the game. And when it's halftime, when we're going up the steps from like the 3rd row, walking all the way up, who am I shoulder to shoulder with? I look over to my right, and lo and behold, it is fucking Tony Dungy, my Tampa Bay Buccaneer coach and the Indianapolis Colts coach. So cool. And I didn't want to be that weirdo fan to ask for an autograph or a picture. He was eating his little popcorn. I think he was with his wife, so I just wanted to talk to him briefly, not be that weird guy. And then I, was telling Aristeo, I was like, this is Tony Dungy, the Tampa Bay legend, the Colts coach, the Super Bowl champion. Now he's on TV. And then the funny thing is Tony leaned in to Aristeo, who was like 5 at the time. He's like, you don't really believe him, do you? Funny guy, and I probably should have ended up getting a photo during that memory, but he was in the same row as me, just about 4 or 5 seats over, but didn't even realize it. So I don't know what parents I'm going to be running into, obviously, when I go to this particular matchup, but it sounds like there's going to be alumni players, which is very, very cool. And then obviously Mike, ended up hooking up the tickets with Mo Gumbo, and the best part about it, it's, going to be an amazing matchup. We actually have a chance to lose. So it's like, everything is going to be on the line. Most people project Oregon is going to end up getting that dub, but you never know. You never know. We have to make sure that we come out with a little bit of vengeance and focus. So here we go, baby. We got the Seattle Mariners versus the Texas Rangers. J.P. Crawford first in the box. Let's go, baby. Look at that Rangers logo with the shape of Texas. This has probably got to be the coolest spinning logo that I've been able to add. And then I got obviously the S for the Seattle Mariners, and then I even found the Mariners portion of it as well. Your boy's always adding to the stream. We just got to 20,000 subs a couple days ago. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday, and here the fuck we go. My boy Jake is in the outfield trying to get a ball for his son, but they already got one from Baez, one away. JP with a little ground down, so he's making memories there. And we need to get this dub. Like I said, we're 1-5 against the Rangers this season. So if we really want to be able to go to the postseason, 3 games on the road against the Rangers, 3 games at home against the Astros. I mean, fuck my life. And then 4 at the very, very end. The magic number in these last 10 games for the Mariners is kind of similar to what I say every stream. We need 5 runs and 7 to 10 hits to win every game. When we get to that number, we win 95% of the time. When we don't, we lose 95% of the time. But also the magic number for the Mariners is going to be 7-3. If we can go 7-3, 7 wins, 3 losses with these matchups, 3 against Texas, 3 against the Astros, then 4 against Texas at the very end, then we'll be able to get in. But if we go 6-4 or worse, we are going home. That is big facts. That's kind of what I'm feeling, because I Astros are going to end up winning games. Blue Jays, they got Tampa Bay, and then the Yankees in Tampa Bay, so it's tough on them as well. But we will see. For the Rangers and the Astros, it seems like they got the easiest path. So maybe the Blue Jays or Mariners, one of us might get knocked off, and hopefully it ends up being the Blue Jays or Rangers, because I want to go in, obviously with the Astros. And then if I had a choice between Blue Jays and Rangers, I think I would probably want the Blue Jays to get in, honestly. They're kind of an underdog like the Mariners, and I like rooting for them. Julio, little ground out, 2 away. Come on, Julio. Come on, baby. We need you today. Next up, big dumper catcher, Cal Raleigh. Let's be electric today, baby. We need you. We need some homers. We need some dingas. So the schedule for this weekend will be doing this game tonight, then going to the Ducks game, and I'll try to do some live videos on Instagram, Twitter /X, or the YouTube channel itself if the cell service is good for the pregame festivities as well. When you're in Autzen, sometimes the cell service can be a little spotty at points depending on where you're sitting. So we'll figure that out. And then Sunday, obviously I'll be doing reaction videos all morning and afternoon. So I'll probably watch a morning game, then we'll end up doing reaction videos all day. And then more than likely, I'll probably end up skipping Sunday Night Football. I mean, it's Raiders and Steelers. Obviously people are enjoying these reaction videos. Little ground out to first. 1, 2, 3 inning. Cal Raleigh, nothing. Come on, Mariners. We're going to need hits early and often. But I figured, if the matchup is good, I'll do Sunday Night Football, but that means I only can pump out maybe 2 reaction videos. But if I'm trying to do all 16 every week, every game on top of college football reactions, usually that's going to mean I'll skip Sunday Night Football unless it's an epic matchup, then I will do it. And then I'll try to pump out 7 reaction videos on Sunday, 7 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, and then maybe 1 to 4 college reaction videos on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then boom, we're already on Thursday for the following week. So it takes a lot of dedication and a lot of effort, but I know a lot of people appreciate it, and that's what eventually got us over that 20,000 subscriber hump. You can end up having 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 in a live stream. That doesn't mean that people are going to sub to you. But if you end up doing a reaction video, you can end up doing a reaction video for an NFL game. And if the algorithm hasn't pushed your video, it's okay. You can get 100 views on a video and get 5 subs off that. So you never know who it's going to end up, reaching out to. And as long as we keep working hard, we'll get into the algorithm a little bit more. And like I said, I do enjoy doing them. So here we are. All right, here we go, baby. Texas Rangers, now their turn to go up at bat. We got to make sure Bryce Miller does big, big things. Leading off for the Rangers, second baseman, Marcus Semien. Batting second, shortstop, Corey Seager. And batting third, first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe. Why do they have to have such a cool spinning logo? Like, out of all the spinning logos, I thought the Seattle one with the S was pretty cool. And then I found this one today, and I was like, oh, yep, this is the best one. This is the only one I've ever seen that's shaped like a state too. And it kind of reminds you of that old school Nolan Ryan era with that combo and those colors. Let's go. Get the fucking popcorn ready, baby. Let's go. Sarah in the building. What's good? Let's get to 100 in donuts so your boy has a little spending money when we go to the Duck game tomorrow. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Good to see you, Mr. Williams. It's going to be good. I got quite a few friends. And then my other friend, Brooks, is with his roommate, and he's going to be at the Duck game tomorrow. I think the last time he went to a game is when I took him like 2-3 years ago, when we had, I think, like 4th row seats to, who was it? San Jose State, I believe, and whatnot. So I'll be all ducked out tomorrow, and I'm very, very excited. I don't know how many duck chains I'll end up wearing tomorrow. Maybe 1, maybe I'll bring them all. Maybe I'll wear like 5 or 6. Maybe I'll give away some to some kids. You got to make sure you're creating memories. And obviously, if there was one other game that I would really, really want to go to, obviously we play UW in Washington, so that's out of the question. But in November, USC, which we don't play every single year, comes to Autzen. So if I can go to this game and then maybe, mingle with some of these people that I'm at the game with, and maybe I'll even end up getting to go to that USC matchup. Popped up to Julio, 1 away. But I would really love to be able to see Caleb Williams, in person before he ends up going probably number 1 in the NFL draft. So those are the 2 games. But did I really think I was going to get to go to this particular game? No, but Mike and Mo Gumbo hooked it up, and it feels good. Like I'm almost kind of in shock that I'm going to actually get a chance to go to this matchup. But I've been working really, really hard, and it'll be really cool to see what's going to be able to be available there. So, I mean, celebrities are going to be there. Back, back, back. Come on. Seager with the bomb. No. Oh, Corey with a solo dinger. 30-second solo dinger for Corey Seager. 1-0 Rangers. Their fans are going crazy. Oh, no. Golly. Already. Yeah, and they have a connection with Camden Lewis's dad. So I imagine I'm going to be meeting quite a few of the parents and whatnot. And I mean, I'm not going to be pushing my channel up on all these people or whatever. If they ask me what I do, I'll tell them. But I'm not the type of person to be like, hey, I got the biggest, fucking YouTube channel for sports in Oregon. I do Ducks, blah, 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 Mariners. I mean, that's not, we're just going to hang out. And then if it comes up, it comes up. But I mean, who knows who I might end up meeting. But I'm really hoping that LaMichael is going to be there in that particular party because they are honoring him. And it would be incredibly dope because, like I said, if I could end up, getting a photo with like D'Anthony Thomas or LaMichael, and Collegiate Art Designs knows all these guys through his chains. So I know he ended up meeting up with D'Anthony and his son. Him and his son met up with D'Anthony just like about a year and a half ago, and they ended up getting pictures. But I want to be able to get a chance to, talk to some of these guys. And you never know who might be in town. They might take a flight after the game's over. So we might end up seeing like, Marcus Mariota and some of these OG players that are going to come through for LaMichael, Kenyon Barner, and whatnot, Joey Harrington. And then you're going to get probably people like LeBron and Wu-Tang, and a lot of celebrities are going to be there tomorrow. I mean, anywhere Colorado goes, it's going to be a big, big thing. So very excited, especially when I can end up making someone's birthday like epic. Bryce, little chopper. There we go. Rojas to France. There we go. 2 away. Matt Riddle got the axe. I figured he would because he's been in rehab so many times. And, they had always kind of issues with him. So there's only so many issues that you can have before you just got to let the guy go, They want to sell that like kind of surfer stoner type of character. Yeah, I mean it worked out. There's nothing like him in wrestling. He's a one of one. But you got to be able to, get the proper help, especially if you are addicted to certain things and you have bad tendencies, to kind of go down that dark path. Especially if you're a WWE superstar or former. But hell, if we could end up getting Riddle, Dolph Ziggler, Shelton Benjamin in AEW, that's going to be fucking badass. These guys can finally get cheered in the way that they deserve. Now, Riddle got some love, but Shelton Benjamin really has been kind of in the back burner, and Ziggler is probably the most underappreciated wrestler on planet Earth. He's probably the best at selling moves that was in WWE besides the upper echelon names, and if he ends up going to AEW, he will get cheered like a wrestling god. And I would really, hope that he does that because NJPW and Impact are one thing, but, hopefully Dolph Ziggler finds a home in AEW. I'm a big Ziggler fan. I ended up buying shirts of his, 15, 20 years ago when he first started. So hopefully he lands there. And that's the difference between AEW fans and WWE fans. AEW fans cheer for everyone. WWE fans do not. So we'll see where it goes, but I'm excited for that. 1-0 Rangers, bottom of the first, 2 outs, 1-2 pitch from Bryce, and they're fucking him up already. This is not good. Ron in the building, what's good? And like I said, we're 1-5. We are 1-5 against this team, so. All my Mariner buddies are already like, fuck already? I'm like, I know. You got to have faith, though. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy. Rangers, assembled a very good World Series caliber team with their payroll. They've had injuries, but they're still very, very good. It's not like they're not a good team. I mean, honestly, everyone has been playing better than us. The Blue Jays, Rangers, Astros. I mean, everyone that's kind of in the mix, out of those 4 teams, Astros, Rangers, Mariners, and Blue Jays, in September, we've probably been playing the worst. Now, we played the best out of everyone in July and August. And then we kind of got hurt. Then the bats got cold. Pitching has gotten shitty. And now we're just kind of like holding on for dear life, and we're going to have to come up with some upsets if we're going to make it to the postseason. So let's go, baby. But I was telling my buddy Dave, I was like, make sure you bring some cash because when we go to park, we're going to park next to this BMW dealership and this restaurant. It's near the off ramp. It's about 10 minute walk from Autzen. Because the closer you get to Autzen in the tailgate section, you get stuck. And then you're ending up sitting there after the game is over for like an hour to 2 hours. I want to be able to walk after the game's over, unless I'm socializing, and then walk up about 10 minutes, boom, get in the car, and then hop on the freeway right there. You have to go over a few different lanes to get in there, but it's kind of that sweet spot where it's going to cost like 40-50 bucks to park there, but it'll be hella worth it once the game is over to get back. So, and hopefully the Ducks will end up having a victory, and I can end up posting some photos and some cool video if my phone will get the signal there. So definitely excited about that. Popped up. Get that Teoscar. There we go. And I was looking online to see like the price of the tickets too. In the section that we're in, it's going to be kind of close to the student section, and obviously it's where the parents sit. And a majority of the seats in that particular area are going for $400 each or more. So I mean, this is a big deal. I would have gone even if the tickets were nosebleed at the very, very top. If someone's going to do a kind gesture like that, and I got to sit in like row 80, there is no bad seat in Autzen. When you actually go there, it's like you look down and everything is just so loud and you're kind of over the players. So, I mean, I would have been cool with that, but anytime you can end up getting hooked up like that, I mean, it's exciting. And like I said, just being able to pass it forward and do something nice for my friend Dave. And there's a couple people that I was thinking about asking. My boy Brett, I took him to a game before. My boy Dave, obviously the girlfriend hasn't been to a game, but she's got like a birthday party. Normally I would take maybe my dad, but I took my dad to see UCLA and Chip Kelly a couple years ago in the front row. So I figured I haven't been to a game with Dave, and I always try to like select a friend that's special to me that maybe I used to work with a long, long time ago, or maybe we had some type of relationship at that workplace, and then go from there, and then you make some memories. And I'm very, very excited about the opportunity. And I know the Ducks are big favorites. It's crazy. I think last time I looked at it, they were favored by 21 or something like that. And I know both defenses are ass. Ducks defense is terrible. Colorado's defense is terrible. So it's really going to come down to who scores, obviously fast and furious in that first half to gain that momentum. But, Shedeur Sanders is the truth. Shiloh Sanders is nice. Travis Hunter is awesome. Prime time. I mean, the vibe, the electricity, it's going to be awesome. The electricity is going to be even higher in this game than probably USC, because right now we're both 3-0. When we play USC, they'll probably be undefeated. And how many losses will the Ducks have at that point? Hopefully just one, but you never know. But definitely excited about that opportunity, and maybe I can go to that one too. 1-0 Rangers. All right, come on, Teoscar. We're going to need you today. You're going to have an MVP type of performance. Let's go, baby. Teoscar, chopper towards third. Foul, 0-2 count. And we're going to have a great day from Bryce Miller. And so far, it hasn't been good. He already gave up a home run. And it just seems like even though we got these guys, Bryce Miller, Luis Castillo, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert, ironically, Logan Gilbert at one point was the worst one, in the early part of the season when he was like, started off good, first couple starts, 1-0, 2-0, something like that. Then got on a skid and went like 4-5, and then ended up winning like 10 straights in a row. 10 sets in a row, 10 wins in a row. And then, when you go from being 4-5 to like 14-5, that's a big, big upgrade. So I don't know what to think about this Mariners team, as far as hitting and pitching, but hopefully the name recognition can match the popularity, and then we can actually get, some good production out of these guys instead of our guys just being names. I need these names to actually step up. Bryce Miller, Luis Castillo, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert. I need you to pitch like you're a 10-win or 15-win pitcher. I need that, because if we don't get good pitching, we're fucked in this series. And if we get down in this series, it's pretty much over for the Mariners. So big facts. Like, sub, share, comment. Anything that you guys can do would be great. Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's do it. Big swing and a miss. 1-1 count. Gotta turn the fan on. Gonna get hot in here. Come on, Gino. Big swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Let's go, baby. We need you. All the bats need to come alive. 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits, 10 games left. And Gino gets struck out looking. My goodness. Uh-oh. Dane Dunning looking like he's like some Cy Young winner or something. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but 10-6 record with a 3.78 ERA. So it's not like he's a shitty pitcher. He's actually really fucking good. This is going to be tough. Got to give love to the Rangers, too. It's good for karma. Let's go, Mariners. Rangers are wearing a kind of a unique throwback look, not their traditionals. Let's go. I don't want these to be the last 10 games, for the Mariners. And I'll try to do as many as I can. So out of like the last 10 games left, I'll probably end up doing like 5 out of the last 10, just depending on schedule and the NFL and what we got going on. So obviously NFL and college football, when it's that season, will take priority. But if it comes down to, like the last couple games, we'll definitely squeeze them in or figure it out or see what the timing is. 2-0 pitch. Pitch is low and inside, 3-0 count. And I got Jared Kelenic, obviously, on the post this morning. So I'm hoping for a big day from him. A little ESP. We need big, big things from you, Jared. And he walked him. There we go. Someone with something positive. There we go. Hey, something positive like a walk, I'll take it. Jared Kelenic. Next up, first baseman, Ty France. Let's go. And you assume that Ty France will probably get hit by a pitch at some point in these last 10 games. 249 average, 10 homers, and 56 ribbies was absolutely dog shit for Ty France being an all-star last year. He had a little bit of a lingering injury, but, he's a name. But if we could actually get someone better at first base, it would probably benefit us, in the future. But I guess it just depends on payroll, how long he's, signed to with his contract and whatnot. But those numbers are not good enough at first base. I can believe Riddle. You got to think, if you have substance abuse problems, even if you're a guy that's popular, they can only give you so many chances before you keep fucking up in the locker room, in the back, in your matches, in your promos, forgetting your lines, not being able to do the promos correct, like the one when he was on the scooter with Asuka. It's like, where he's like, oh, I forgot my line. Like it's like, you got to think at some point it seemed like maybe he wasn't sober on some of the tapings and whatnot. So, I like the guy a lot, and I think that he'll be just fine in AEW if he comes in there. But, you got to be able to get the proper help. And sometimes I get it. It's tough, especially if you have an addiction of some kind or another, or you need therapy or help. Big swing and a miss. Ty France got him. Damn it. But like I said, it's a great opportunity for Riddle and Dolph Ziggler to go to AEW and bring more awareness to that brand. So that way that they can compete and wrestle with a passion, to be like, all right, you let me go. Let me show you what we're about. Like, you think that, we're done, we're washed, and that the fans don't give a shit. You can bring guys like that in that are like mid card to, they could be main event card, depending on the feuds and whatnot. And then you put them in against whoever, Kenny Omega or wherever you want to go, John Moxley. You don't think that shit's going to be fucking electric? You don't think fucking Kenny Omega, Dolph Ziggler won't be electric? Of course it will be. So we'll see what happens if they end up getting signed. But, WWE has its ways. And obviously with the merger, it's out of Vince's hands. They obviously ended up selling it to Endeavor. So they're going to make sure that they cut any loose pieces that they think that aren't worth the money that they are paying for. If they want to cut the salaries and if they don't have any storylines and they're trying to cut on the books, so unless you're making the company money, they're going to have to let you go. So, but it is a little shocking of a name that big. It's one thing for Ziggler to get let go because they haven't even been using him in 10 years. Like he's just been that guy like The Miz that puts guys over, but they never really give the guy a push besides maybe like a tag championship with like Bobby Roode, Robert Roode for a little bit. But I mean, that's not Ziggler. Ziggler needs to be in like the IC running in like belts that actually mean something. But, he's the most underappreciated, most talented wrestler that, they dropped the ball on that one. I felt like him and Sheamus early 15, 20 years ago, they got a push. And then since then, they've disrespected both of those guys. But Sheamus is a company man, a yes man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So they're not going to cut him. And he's got the look, right? But with Ziggler, they've obviously felt that he was expendable, which is unfortunate. But we already talked about Ziggler being in AEW about a year ago. If they decided not to renew his contract, that AEW would be a great place for him. And then lo and behold, like 6 months later, here it is. He's got an opportunity to sign with NJPW, Impact, or AEW. All right, come on, Bryce. We're in the bottom of the second, 1-0 ranges. Jonah Ham in the box. I got a cool one of him catching too. I don't want to give too much love to the Rangers, but when I have cool photos like that, I was like, okay, especially catcher photos. They remind me of like the most underappreciated position in baseball, which is typically catcher, offensive line in the NFL, or special teams, defense. So anytime I can see something dope like that, I'm going to take advantage of it. It's a cool one. It's probably one of the coolest catching photos that I've been able to find in like HD 4K. All right, no problem. Once you get in and settled, we'll be good to go. And then hopefully we can get some goats to come in and we can have a little bit of a dono train. And we just hit 20,000 subs just a couple days ago. So we're at 20,000, I think, 14? So feels good to finally get over that hump. Popped up and foul. But we'll do MLB, NBA, NHL, NASCAR, NFL, college football, AEW, WWE, reaction videos for all the NFL games every week, as well as a few college football reactions for the bigger games as well as the NFL, quarterbacks that are going to be pretty big. Caleb Williams, USC, Drake May, Michael Penix Jr. from UW, Quinn Ewers, Shedeur Sanders, maybe a little Bo Nix, even though I don't think he's in the same category with those guys. But I'm hoping Bo Nix plays like a Heisman quarterback this weekend, tomorrow. Shedeur Sanders, Bo Nix. Hey, I'm ready. Let's go. And I wish the Sunday night matchup was a little bit better. Raiders and Steelers. Based off those teams actually kind of being shitty, it will actually be a good game because both teams are not very good right now. Even though all the Steeler fans told me that they were going to win the AFC North and they're going to the Super Bowl with Kenny Pickett. Now, about a week or two in, that prediction looks really stupid, don't it? So, nice little hit there by Jonah. But, when you have injuries at Deontay Johnson and Cameron Hayward, you can't predict that. But Kenny Pickett has not played well. He is not Jordan Love. Offensive line stinks. Najee Harris stinks. Jaylen Warren, though, good. All right. George Pickens, great hands, but they need a hell of a lot of a rebuild. But at least for the Steelers' sake, that the Bengals look like dog shit. So now you're just having to compete with the Browns and Ravens, and they look okay, but they don't look like, oh my God, they're so much better than everyone else. Like the Bengals were in the last couple of years. So it's up for grabs. In the AFC North, King of the North, pitch is inside, 1-1 count. Bryce Miller on the mound. Mitch Garver in the box. Pitch is high and inside. 2-1 count. Come on, Bryce. We need you, bro. Okay? We need you. You can't be pitching shitty. We need the best effort out of Bryce today. We need you. We got to hold them under 5 runs. Thank you, Calvin. I appreciate you. Easy. I appreciate you very, very much. What's good, brother? Who dat? Roll Tide. Go Astros. He said Falcon still garbage truck juice. Not just regular juice, but garbage truck juice. That might not be good. He said go Buffs in Oregon. Bianca's still the GOAT, man. You just literally got every single thing that you wanted to get off your chest on one comment. I love you, brother. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Let me know what you want to see for photos, and I got you. My boy Calvin Griffin, a big Nylon Saints fan. Appreciate you very much, brother. Easy. I always see you on Instagram at the game, eating something good, rooting on the Mariners. We got to find a way, man. 1-5 record against the Rangers so far, and we have to go 5-1 against them in these last, 6 games. And then on top of that, we're gonna have to find a way to win 1 or 2 against the Astros. The magic number for the Mariners is going to be 7, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get 7 wins. Let's get the dub today, though. Easy. I appreciate you. $2 holla. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $2 holla. Mariners in the building. Let me know what you guys want to see for photos if you want, and I'll get you. If you don't care about the photos, fine, but usually I can throw something up for you, based off what you guys like. So anything Mariners for EZ, and then for Calvin, anything Alabama, anything Nylon Saints, anime, Astros, any of that. I got you. 1-0 Rangers, bottom of the second. Runner at first, 2-1 count. Come on, baby. We got 10 games left, and I think I've streamed like 80 to 100 Mariner games out of the 162. By far more than any other streamer. I am the Seattle Mariner streamer on YouTube. That's facts. But I don't want the season to end, since I'm going to be going to the Colorado-Oregon game tomorrow. I won't be able to do, the Oregon game live stream or a Mariner game, unfortunately. But I will be at Autzen, which will be fucking lit. And then Sunday, reaction videos all day. I may even skip that Raiders and Steelers game to get 7 reaction videos in. It'll take me like 8 hours to do those 7 reaction videos, and then do 7 on Monday. We will do Monday Night Football, and then 2 on Tuesday for all the games and a few college ones as well. But if the Sunday night matchup is lit, I'll do it. But I figured if I can get those reaction videos in, that'll help us out a little more with subs and views. Little blooper there. God damn it. Another $5 holla, my boy. Nylon Saints in the building. Who dat? You dat. Who dat? Who dat? Who dat gonna beat them Saints? Nobody. Who's gonna beat the Packers? The Saints are, baby. Falcons and Lions, Saints and Packers. Those are the 2 matchups I got circled on the calendar. Those are the ones that I'm really excited to do the reaction videos for, besides the Vikings and the Chargers. The battle of 0-2s. It's just going to be offense, offense, offense. Keenan Allen, 30 points in fantasy, 2 touchdowns. And then Jay Jetta, over 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Give me some points, baby. I need it. I'm going to get Shep in fantasy, so I need it. Back, 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 back. Gone! 3-run homer by Evan Carter. Fuck my life. 4-0 Rangers. Is it over already? Jesus Christ. The 9-hole hitter is hitting homers? Well, this doesn't look good. We might have lost already. Fucking A. Fuck. 4-0? Bryce Miller, you suck! Son of a bitch. The Dome Patrol. Okay. I got you. Well, this is a terrible start. Like I said, and I haven't had that much confidence in Bryce Miller, Luis Castillo, George Kirby. The only one I've had confidence in is Logan Gilbert, and he had like a little anxiety, depression. It seemed like he wasn't having fun playing baseball. It was 4-5, and then he ripped off like 10 wins in a row to go like 14-5. He's the only one that I feel that I could kind of count on. I can't count on you anymore, Bryce Miller. I can't count on you, George Kirby. I can't count on you, Luis Castillo. And then now we have the hardest schedule out of the 4 teams that are left. 3 games on the road against the Rangers. The way that we're playing right now, we're going to get swept. Then we got 3 games against the Astros at home. Probably lose all those 3. And then we got the last 4 against the Rangers at home. I mean, the way that we're playing right now, we're going to go 1-9. This is not good. This is not good at all. Unbelievable. 4-0. Fuck, Rangers. $12, 88 to go. And hopefully we'll get some Cash App donos for the trip tomorrow. That will definitely help. I know parking is going to be like 50, 60 bucks. Fucking A, dude. Already? Jesus Christ. You got to get your Saint spinning logo for the Dome Patrol for your donation. Fuck, bottom of the second, 4-0 Rangers. My buddy Jake is one of my good buddies. He moved to Phoenix, and after his dad got a little ill, and then ended up moving to Texas, and he's actually at the game in the outfield right now. He's smiling. He's loving it. Fuck. Inning is done, but the damage is fuck, man. 4-0 Rangers. Unbelievable. All right, let's hit you with the Saints logo, and I'll hit you with the little Dome Patrol. I got you, bro. Oh, we're covering up Oh Boy's face though, so we'll have the spinning logo here, but we want to make sure that no face gets a logo in front of it. At least you can see what they look like there. Dome Patrol, a little Pat Swilling action. Appreciate you. See if I can find a couple other cool ones for you. Got to work fast. And then easy, let me know what you want for Mariners, and I got you. Fucking anything at this point will be good. Pat Swilling, Ricky Jackson. Ooh, I found another one. You'll like this one. Thank you so much for your support. And it's nice to be able to be supported by more Saints fans and even Buck fans. Like, I got more Saints people that rep me than Bucks fans. Bucks fans aren't even on YouTube. Like, where the hell are they? You know, probably in a fan chat talking shit about the Saints, Panthers, and Falcons and how great they are and how Baker is baking, you know. Oh, baby. But we do have an opportunity to have the Saints, right? The Buccaneers, as well as the Falcons to go 3-0. Saints beat the Packers 3-0. The Bucks upset the Eagles, which is probably like 1% chance to do it. But what if they do? What if the defense picks off Jalen Hurts once or twice and gets a pick six or something, and then we end up winning by 3? I definitely think that there's a very little chance, but it could happen. And then the Falcons could beat the Lions. We could have 3-0 teams, and you know what? I kind of hope it happens because I think the NFC South needs to put the rest of the NFL on notice. So, you want the Moose? Yeah, I mean anything at this point, right? I got you. I'm not sure if this Mariner Moose is going to help us. Seattle Mariners. Even the Mariner one is dope. Come on. Popped up. Can zone. One away. Fucking A, man. What a terrible start for us. We need patience. Come on now. Dominic Canzone pops up. One away. Next up, second baseman, Josh Rojas. Let's go, Josh. Someone needs to get this rally started. Let's go. Another $5 holla. Number one corner in the NFL, Marshawn Lattimore. Let's go. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $5 holla. I got you. Which is inside 2-0 count. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you. $17. That'll maybe cover one drink at Austin. I assume, though, at this tailgate party, it's going to have the players, parents, and alumni. You know, I'm going to be able to get hooked up with some good drink and good food. Popped up. 2 away. Come on, Rojas. Damn it. Next up for the Mariners in the top of the third, shortstop J.P. Crawford. Go, J.P. Can't believe there's only 10 games left. I'm not ready for this season to be over with. But out of all the teams, we are the least deserving. We had, a struggle at the beginning of the year. We were the hottest team in July and August, but we have absolutely dropped the ball and fumbled the bag in September, unfortunately. But I still have faith. I'm getting some Lattimore photos prep for you here. And even though I'm a Bucks fan, I don't mind Lattimore or Cameron Jordan, Demario Davis. None of those guys. I don't mind any of them. Little chopper. Foul. I got a couple good ones for you. 4-0 Rangers. Well, fuck my life, huh? Top of the third, 2 outs, 1-2 count. Bryce Miller pitching like shit. What's new? Yeah, like I said, you might be surprised, but if you know his story and all the shit that he's been, kind of going through and everything, and them taking him off TV, I'm more surprised really about the Ziegler because they didn't really utilize him, but I didn't think they would just, throw him out the door and whatnot. Jeff in the building, how are you? So Jeff, I ended up stopping into Safeway to see you, but when I went there, like my pup, ended up going to the veterinarian because I had a dog off leash charger, and then when I ended up trying to pull her away, she got scraped up underneath her belly and on her paw, and then I had to go to the vet that was kind of near there. But you must have been on lunch, so I didn't get a chance to see you. But the next time I'm in that area, I'll try to come through and say hello. We'll see what happens here. Not looking too good for the Mariners, especially already down, 4-0, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Let me get some photos here for Calvin with his donos. Let's flip up the Mariners to the Saints. He's a big Saint fan. So we got the Dome Patrol. Started it off there with your donations. Nice little Pat Swilling OG action. That's a really cool one. And then obviously he loves Marshawn Lattimore, one of the best corners in the NFL. Appreciate you, brother. Hopefully the Mariners can get a few runs. Again, 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits is going to be the magic number. And we're already down 4-0. So you can pretty much, I don't want to say it's over already, but the chances of the Mariners coming back and winning this game is like 1%. Especially if we get knocked around like that with Bryce, the confidence is already shaken. We're 1-5 going into this matchup. So unless we were going to go 5-1 against, the Rangers in these last 10 games, chances of us making it, and then we would have to go 1 or 2 wins out of the Astros, and the way that we've been playing, not looking very, very good. No, it's all good. You had to get your lunch. Your lunch is important. So, but Paisley's got the cone on, and she's got a couple more days of wearing the cone, but she'll be all right. And then I'm going to the Ducks in the Colorado game, Jeff, tomorrow, which will be cool. So I got gifted, amazing tickets to go see Dion and Shedeur Sanders going against Bo Nix and the Ducks. It's going to be the most electricity that you're going to find in the Pacific Northwest probably all year, besides until USC comes to Autzen in November. And if they're undefeated, I can only imagine what the energy is going to be like. If we're undefeated and they're undefeated, I remember the last time I ended up going a few years back, and it's the only game that I've ever been to for Ducks where every single person stood up the whole game. Even like babies and fucking grandmas and grandpas, like everyone stood up. And at that point, that's when we had like LaMichael and D'Anthony, and we were, I think, a one-loss team. We were like 10-1. USC was like 10-1. It was prime time ABC. You know, everyone was watching at 5 p.m. People were tailgating since 7 a.m. And then we ended up missing a field goal right at the end of the game, and we lost. I remember that because I remember all the Marcus Allen USC jerseys that I had to see, and the USC fans and the Duck fans were beer ponging, pregame. And I remember watching a few of these USC fans that were beer ponging with vodka. I was like, okay, you're not going to make it the whole game. I mean, how many games of beer pong are you going to do with vodka and then until you're just wasted? One? So definitely I don't do that. I'll do beer though. Let's go, baby. 4-0 Ranges. All right, baby, let's go. Yeah, we'll see. I got him in fantasy, so he won't be irrelevant. You can shut down Rashad White. He's not very good. I got him in fantasy, but you ain't gonna shut down Mike Evans. Not happening. As good as Lattimore is, Mike Evans is on a tear right now, like Keenan Allen. So, not happening. Now, you guys might end up winning that game, but we'll see what happens with the Eagles. Most people assume that Tampa will lose the next two games. We're playing the Eagles at home and then at Nolans. So yeah, we could definitely be 2-2, but there is a chance for us to be 3-1, or be at least 3-0 if we can find a way to beat the Eagles, even though no one's given us a shot. But if the defense plays like it did in the first 2 weeks, we'll have a very 1% small chance. But you never know. Yeah, I hope the Ducks and Colorado. Well, both of our defenses are terrible. We don't have Kayvon Thibodeau's or McKinley's or anybody really that good for defense. So I'm hoping that it goes like 45-42, something like that. So maybe we'll kick a field goal, to end up winning the game. I'm getting hooked up, with the tickets from the kicker's dad. So it would be kind of fitting if he ends up being the one that wins the game, for us. So we'll see on how that goes. But Camden Lewis, shout out to your dad hooking your boy up. Appreciate that. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Mogumbo. Very excited about the matchup. And I think I'm more excited to actually do something nice, for someone else. I think like once you get to a certain age, like, you can always, buy stuff for yourself. But when you can end up, paying it forward and then hooking up somebody, in a special moment and making a memory forever, that actually is more meaningful for me. Like I'm excited to go to the game, but my boy Dave went to University of Oregon in the early 2000s. Out of the Marine Corps, hasn't been to a game in 10 years, used to go with his grandpa when the Ducks played with Rich Brooks back in the 80s. So this is going to be a really special game for both of us. So definitely excited. Oh, you did Oregon USC on Halloween night and one of the Pete Carroll last seasons? Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah, when I saw USC, they had Matt Barkley at quarterback, and then they ended up having those wide receivers. I think was it they had Matt Barkley, Mike Williams, and then I'm trying to think who was it, Robert Woods? I think it might have been Robert Woods, and then Mike Williams at that time, and then Matt Barkley. But that team was pretty solid. That's the USC game I saw with my dad. We were on the 20-yard line on like the 5th row. It was insane. Besides the ending where we lost, but I got to see D'Anthony Thomas get a punt return right in front of me going like 30 miles an hour for a touchdown towards the end of the game. LaMichael, seeing guys like that, like Mariota, LaMichael, Herbert, D'Anthony Thomas, when you get to see guys like that, Joey Harrington, even though some of those guys didn't pan out on the NFL side, they were fucking electric. And Austin is one of the best places to watch a football game. So that's very cool. All right, here we go. Next up, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. And I'll check the cash app to see if we got anything there. I don't think we do, but hopefully we'll hit our goal and someone will start it off for us. So nothing in there yet. Donos have been a little light in the last couple days, but hopefully we'll be able to pick that up. Just hit 20,000 subscribers just a couple days ago, and we're on the move. Throw to first to get Julio out, one away. Next up, big dumper catcher, Cal Raleigh. Let's go. Like, sub, donate, comment. Let me know you're here. People that are watching on X and Twitter, shout out to you. You can't donate or comment on that platform yet, but I imagine they'll implement that feature in the future. And then for everyone that's in the room, shout out to you. Little chopper. This one's ugly. I mean, the way this game is going, we're going to lose like 7-1. 2 away. Next up for the Mariners, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. So, Teo, we need you, buddy. But hopefully I can end up making some friends and getting some connections, and you never know. I can further the channel a little bit, or even just have a connections with like tickets and whatnot in the future. 4-0 Rangers. We're already in the top of the fourth. The game is just flying by. We're only been live streaming for an hour, and the game's already almost over. It's halfway done. I just wish we were at 4-0. Golly. And then hopefully I end up getting to see Jeff, sooner than later. I really do like that Ken Griffey Jr. and Edgar Martinez statue figures that I got from the stadium. I want to give them to you, but I kind of want to keep them too. So I might have to be able to find another gift for you, that I end up visiting you. Maybe I can find you some kind of Edgar Martinez memorabilia or something else. But like I said, I don't mind giving away some of my collection, but some pieces are a little bit more, sentimental for me, especially if it's something that when I got it myself, And the Edgar Martinez one is a kind of a crazy story. That was the one where I ended up getting I got the box, right? They had a little nick on it. Me and my buddy gave it back to the usher. We got a mint one. Then we drank way too much. And by the time the game was over, I spilt beer on the box. I dropped it like 10 times and almost passed out on the ground in Seattle. We had way too much. Like, I think we went through like a half a bottle of Jaeger bombs with the fucking Jaeger, and had like 10 tall boys. And then ended up, getting 5 to 8 tall boys at the game. Yeah, I mean, by the time the 7th inning was around, I was done. I was like, I need to leave, bro. And the game was like 7-7. He's like, we can't leave. I'm like, I know. And then literally the Lyft and Uber canceled on us after the game was over. And then me faded, had to walk for like 30 minutes to the hotel from the stadium. It was like literally the worst walk ever. But the next day, sober O-Dog, decided to eat fruit and have omelet and just, drink water and have soda. And then what happens? In the 9th inning, Julio Rodriguez, rookie foul ball. So moral of the story is you get too faded, you're not going to get memorabilia. You end up drinking water and end up, trying to chill a little bit. And you can end up getting a piece of memorabilia that you'll love forever. Big facts. Next up, Eugenio Suarez. Let's go, Gino. Gino? Golly, we're playing like shit right now. Rangers are just mopping the floor with us. All right, let's throw up a couple photos for EZ. He's a Mariner fan. I'll find some old school stuff. Maybe some Edgar, Ken Griffey Jr., something of that nature. Oh, Mariners. We need Shohei Ohtani, except he won't be able to pitch next year. But I mean, if we can get him on a discounted price, yes, please. $500 million? No, thank you. $250 to $300 million? Yes, please. Shohei, come to Seattle. Little Edgar Martinez there for Jeff and EZ. Big unit, Randy Johnson. out to Easy and everyone else that has donated so far. Appreciate you. Griffey Sr., Griffey Jr., baby. What's better than that? Nothing. Nothing. Except maybe this. Let's go, baby. You already know what it is. Let's go. Mariners. Jonah Heim popped up. Come on, Mariners. This is disgusting. Can't believe we're just. I actually can't believe that we're getting mollywopped like this because, I mean, we've been terrible against them this year. We have not been good. So I was just hoping that we could actually have a pretty good performance. So, yeah, I know they had Lou Holtz interviewing Lou Holtz on the show. I didn't watch the whole segment or whatnot, but I have gotten back to watching a little bit more of the Pat McAfee show and Good Morning Football. They're really the only two good shows worth watching that are on TV besides watching YouTube channels that do sports. So, like this one. Big facts. Robert in the building. What's good? 0-1 pitch from Bryce Miller. Pitch is outside. 1-1 count. Come on, Miller. You're playing like shit. How are we supposed to go to the postseason when you're supposed to be our second best pitcher or third, and you're pitching like you're our 33rd best pitcher? Come the fuck on, man. Bryce Miller, boo. George Kirby, boo. Luis Castillo, boo. The only one that we can really count on, Logan Gilbert. And that was the one that everyone wanted to get rid of. And I was like, nope. And then he ended up being 4-5 and then ripped off like 10 wins. So sometimes the guy that's the most underappreciated sometimes is the best one in the room, believe it or not. Never underestimate the people that are underappreciated. Big facts. Said, I'm from the Dominican Republic. He's like, I want to be your friend. Well, we're friends, brother. What's good? Who's your favorite player in the Dominican Republic? Are you a Julio Rodriguez guy? Oh, Preston just showed me a screenshot. Brewers are up 16-0 against his Marlins. Damn. And then a little Simpson gif of people crying. That's tough. Now I got to hit him with the damn with Farouk or the APA. Damn. All right. I got to hit him with that. That's appropriate. That could be appropriate for this game as well, Sour. Damn. Fucking A, man. They are. They're better than us. You know, Blue Jays are better. Astros are better. You know, everyone is better than us. You know, like I said, if the playoffs started in July or August, then we would have been fine. Hell, we could have probably made the World Series. You know, but again, July and August, best team in baseball after the break, right? Besides the Braves in the National League. But then obviously in September, everything came crumbling down. Difficult schedule. Pitchers started being ass. You know, hitters couldn't get to fucking 5 runs or more or 7 to 10 hits. And that's what we need. I mean, we're sitting at fucking 0 hits. The game's half over. How the hell are we going to make the playoffs? We have to go 7-3 in these last 10 games, and we're about to already go 0-1. So, and I think, like I said, I did like over 80, 90, 100 live streams for the Mariners, which is probably about 60 more than any other live streamer. And it's been a fun year. It's, you know, there's been a lot of ups and a lot of downs, but it shows you we need better hitters and we need better pitching, even though our pitching is good. Maybe not better pitching from the starters. We do here late, but also the mid relievers and the closers. You know, obviously Seawald would have been nice to, you know, still have, but then we wouldn't have won games with Dominic Canzone and Rojas, which we needed because fuck Colton Wong. We don't need that. And AJ Pollock, that was a fucking disgrace. You know, so AJ Pollock, garbage. Colton Wong, the Wong move. The only good one was Teoscar Hernandez this year, you know, that we brought in, but you know, hopefully we can be a little bit better. Thank you, man. Yeah, we hit 20K just a couple days ago. So obviously on the bottom of the ticker, I just, you know, decided to do something ridiculous and put, you know, what the next number would be to 21,000, which is, I know, a little ridiculous to throw up, you know, 900, whatever, but and at least it'll give us a goal that we can keep track daily. And that way it'll keep us focused and know where we're at trying to hit the next goal. It's all about little goals before you end up hitting your big goals. And, you know, I've been doing the channel for 7 years on YouTube, but I've been recording for 11, and I predicted it would take me 10 years to get to a point where I felt satisfied with the numbers. So I feel that even though I'm at 20,000 subs and out of like 140 million YouTube channels that are out there right now, only 2% of all YouTube channels have 10,000 subs or more. So we are in the elite 2%, but I don't feel elite. I feel that we could be at 50K, 100K. It's just a matter of getting into the algorithm, working hard, and then putting out more content like those reaction videos that'll help us get there. So a nice fine blend of doing all the NFL games, during the regular season, which is a lot of fucking work. 7 on Sunday, 7 on Monday, have to skip Sunday Night Football, and then do 2 on Tuesday, and then also do reaction videos for Caleb Williams and Michael Penix Jr. and a few of the college football games. A lot of work, but I know it helped us get over that 20,000 sub count. So, because some people that watch the reaction videos don't watch the live streams and vice versa, but we do get people that watch both. So. He said, I am 12, Carlos. Bench warmers for photos. $2. My boy. $2. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Appreciate you, brother. France retired. Went away. We look like shit. Josh Young, I see you. I like Schneider and David Spade. Can you imagine, like I said, if Chris Farley was still alive, how many amazing movies that, a lot of the roles, ended up going to like Jim Carrey and Will Ferrell. But can you imagine if both of those guys or all three of them were in a movie together back in the day if he didn't die? My goodness. Throw to first. Got him. God, we are pathetic right now. I am 12, Carlos. I love David Spade's hair and a little mop. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. $19. Let's get to a hundo. Ooh, Judge has got 3 homers just like he did about a month ago. Nice. $19. Let's get to a hundo. Anything else that you want to end up seeing, I got you. Garcia with the out. $4-0 Rangers. Unbelievable. I think I had another Edgar Martinez up there for you, easy. Fucking A, man. I hate seeing Mariners struggle like this, but yeah, pitching is everything. You can have big names like Bryce Miller, George Kirby, Luis Castillo, Logan Gilbert, MLB Network, just giving us all the fucking credit. But until we go out there and play with some consistency, it's never going to happen. And we need better players, period. We need better hitters. We just don't have enough quality hitters in the lineup. There's a few guys that I can think of that easily that we could replace as I'm looking at it. JP Crawford, I would want to keep. So as I'm looking at the lineup right now, JP, I'd want to keep. Julio, Cal Raleigh, AT Oscar definitely deserves to come back. Gino needs to be better. I like Kelenic. France can go, and we just got Dom and Rojas for the Diamondbacks, but I like Gino, but God, he strikes out so much. You know what I mean? But if we could get someone better than Ty France, for sure, that would probably be the first guy that I would want to let go and replace. Get a better first baseman, someone that's like an all-star. You know, like a Freddie Freeman type. That would be great. Evan Carter up again. You already know you're fucked is when the 9 hole from the opposite team hits a fucking 3-run homer. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, what are you supposed to say when you go back to the dugout as Bryce Miller? I just fucked us. You know, I was like, we came in here knowing it was going to be tough, and you let the fucking 9 hole Evan Carter go for a 3-run blast. The game's over. Thanks a lot. But they got a really dope spinning logo though. That Rangers logo with the state of Texas. That's got to be the coolest one I got so far. Tyler O'Neill, nah, you can keep him. I need somebody better than Tyler O'Neill. I need good value. If we're going to give up one of our good players, I need a good player. You know, Paul Goldschmidt. You know, you give me Paul Goldschmidt, then you can get someone in return like a Bryce Miller. You know, but I ain't going to give something good for something that's okay. I need something good. You know, it's not like O'Neill's bad, but I need something better. I need leadership. A better first baseman, like a Goldschmidt, like a Freddie Freeman. We need that vet. Two count, 4-0 ranges. But I guess it's not as bad as Preston right now. He just messaged me again, 16-0. Says he's going to watch the whole game. I said, hell, they only got 10 games left. Might as well watch them. That means only 9 more. Hopefully you don't lose like that again. But and the Marlins are in contention for a wild card too. But when you look at the wild card in the American League compared to the wild card in the National League, it's kind of a joke. The National League they're shitty. I mean, you got the Dodgers and you got the Braves, but I mean, for the rest of the teams, you know. But in the American League, it's like you legit got like 7 or 8 teams, and no one knows what's going to happen. You know, the Orioles, the Rays, the Blue Jays, the Rangers, the Astros, the Mariners. I mean, I don't really put the Twins in that category. They're the shittiest team that's going to make the playoffs. Like, I wish we could just eliminate the Twins and then have everyone else get in. You know, just like the division shit doesn't matter. It's like record. So that way it's like the Rangers get in, the Blue Jays, the Mariners, the Astros, the Rays, and the O's. And then the Twins are the odd team out. That's how it should be. But we'll be the one probably packing our bags and going home early. Bottom of the 5th, throw to first. Wild pitch. Jesus Christ. Yeah, Tyler O'Neill for one of the pitchers is like me trying to trade Dame to the Miami Heat for fucking Duncan Robinson or Tyler Hero. Fuck out of here with that. No way. You know, and unless we can get like a third team involved, like we can get Zach Levine or Pascal Siakam, then we get something like that for Dame, then I feel good. But I don't want potato chips back for Dame. You know, he might be a little disgruntled and wants to leave and whatnot, but I don't know. Him and Scoot Henderson could play good together. Plus, the Heat were really trying to fleece us. They're like Dame and Nurk, 2 of our starters, for, you know, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, and some fucking Fritos. No thanks. Fuck out of here with that. 0-1 pitch. 1-1 count. EO Sky retains. Nice. How is SmackDown so far? Is it pretty good? Bottom of the 5th. 4-0 Texas. I'll show you the photo of my buddy who's at the game. His son got a ball. Let's see if I can get the photo, and I'll send it to you, Sarah, and I'll pull it up. Third stolen base. What's new? Fucking A. Let's take a look at my buddy's son who got a ball there at the game that we're calling right now. They're in Texas. There he is. Okay. And they're out towards the the bullpen and the outfield and whatnot. So very, very cool. Anytime you can get a ball, it'll change your life. It doesn't matter if you're 7, 8, 9, 10, or you're 40 or 41. You end up getting a baseball, it changes your life. 3-2 pitch. God, everyone is just fucking up Bryce Miller. Terrible. This is terrible. This is going to be like one of those things where we might end up getting like 10 runs, 9, 10 runs on us. Like Miller, terrible. Like when we need you at your very, very best, that you can't do it. And the Rangers are, like I said, Blue Jays, Rangers, Astros, it just sucks that we have to have this such hard schedule at the. Where the hell are our Royals matchups or the A's or something a little easier? Why the hell does it got to be Dodgers and then right after that it's got to be fucking Rangers, Astros, Rangers? It's like a punishment. We obviously had the softer schedule in July and August and we tore that up, but that's not fair to anyone. Golly. I guess it is if you end up being the team that is deserving to go, and at least we don't have to rely on like some other team to win or lose it for us to get in. But now they're having a meeting on the mound and talking about how shitty Bryce Miller is, and he just got booted. Good job, Bryce. Thanks for ruining my dreams. Thanks, Bryce. Great job, brother. Awesome. We love you. We appreciate you so much. Oh, that's tough. And we do love Bryce Miller, but he hasn't been pitching good lately. Like I said, neither has Castillo, neither has Kirby. So that's what makes me really, really nervous playing these really good teams, that even though that on paper we look good, but me as a fan and watching every single Mariner game, 162, I know better. I know that sometimes the Mariner pitchers, get pub based off name recognition. But really when it comes down to playing in the game, a lot of times they don't step up. And that's apparently what we have going on now. Now I got to look to see who the fuck they're bringing in. I believe it would be Saucedo. Fuck. Now we're really fucked. We're really fucked now. God. Taylor's going to give up probably like 3 or 4 runs. Oh, brutal, brutal, brutal. Hey, but at least my buddy got a ball for his son. So that's always cool. So at least something positive out of it. So, and he's even rocking the Beavers hat there in Texas. I love it. My buddy's a huge, huge Beaver fan like Marcos. I used to watch games with Marcos and with Jake. So. Oh, Gonzalez is at the game? Nice. No, Saucedo, we're fucked. I mean, he'll probably do just as bad as Miller, if not worse. So too early for Topa. Juice in the building. What's good? I messaged my buddy. I put your son's picture on my stream. I said 4-0, boo, with like a bunch of O's, like a lot of them. Oh, baby, everything's at the top of the screen with the scoreboard and whatnot. Top, it's at the bottom of the 5th. Runners on the corners. 1 out, 1-1 count. 4-0 Rangers. Saucedo going against Lowe. I mean, this one's fucking already over. We'll give them a little love, even though they don't really need any more. 1-2 pitch from Saucedo. Dribbler towards first. Double play. One. Safe at first. Fuck. RBI 5-0 Rangers. Is that good? I mean, I don't really drink like I used to and whatnot, but like after watching this 5-0, this makes me want to drink. Like Coronas, Modelo Cheladas, Jaeger bombs, tequila, whatever. Not a bunch, but I will be at the Duck game tomorrow, so we'll see what happens to me. But I don't want to get like obliterated where it's like, I don't remember and like the game is in a haze. I want to soak in Deion Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, Bo Nix, Troy Franklin. I want to soak this in. Bucky Irving is going to run wild. It's going to be awesome. Well, Seahawks are easily going to win this weekend. Now you're playing the Panthers with no Bryce Young, and even if you did, you should be able to win that game. So, I mean, hell, if you guys can't end up beating the Panthers, the worst team in football, last year with the number one pick, and then Bryce Young's not playing with the ankle, I don't know what to tell you. You're not going to probably make the playoffs if you lose a game like that. I mean, there's always time to recover and whatnot, but that's a must win. Like you can't fuck around. You gotta score early and score often. Take no prisoners. You gotta you can't drop a game to the Panthers. There's no scenario where that happens. And I know the defense has been a little suspect, so hopefully they tighten up, and I imagine they will. Saucedo almost hit Garcia. 5-0 Rangers. Dallas Garcia. And I put him on the thumb as well. I knew that thumb with that yelling, screaming emotion. I figured that things were going to not be the greatest for us tonight, but thumb came out great. And usually I like to have the thumbs like face each other, but sometimes when you end up having the cool, poses or emotion in the thumb, you got to mix it up a little bit. Last time I checked, he was questionable. So I don't know. I'd have to take a look at the injury report. I mean, I'm on fantasy about 6 hours a day. So but I can take a look, see what it says. I would assume that he'll play. Like Amon-Ra St. Brown is a little banged up for the Lions. I assume that he'll play too. But let's take a quick look. Yeah, he's still listed as questionable. And let's see if there's anything new on him. So he has a rib problem, full practice participant, but he's still questionable. Yeah. So there might be less reps for him, but he's a tough guy. So I imagine that he'll battle through it. Yeah, well, at $500 million, we can't afford him, but he can't even pitch next year. He can only hit. So yeah, I want him, but we need to be able to have him, hit and pitch. So I guess if we can get him on a discount since he got injured, so if we can afford 250 to 300 million compared to 500 million, then yeah, I mean that's going to be awesome. And hopefully Shohei will be a Mariner next year. Yeah, but everything is pointing juice that DK is playing. So, but even if he wasn't, you got enough, there to be able to win. Kenneth Walker III, Gino, the offensive line is shaky. The defensive line is shaky. Whether Jackson Smith and Jigba plays or not, you got Lockett, you got DK, you got Walker, you got Gino. As long as the offensive line isn't complete dog shit and the defense isn't complete dog shit, you're going to win. and you might end up winning by 10 points or more, which you should. Even if Bryce Young was playing, you would win by that amount. But if he's not, then yeah, you should even win by more now. Pitch is outside, 3-1 count with the bases loaded. This is going absolutely fantastic for us Mariner fans. I mean, I don't know if I have to go to the bar. I wish I had a bar here in my room. I would just start pounding shots right now. Dispensary, everything. Big swing and a miss, 3-2 count. But the way the game is going right now, it looks like it's going to be a 10-0 kind of game. Six zero. A bases loaded walk. That's nice. Oh, golly. Well, like I said, I told you Saucedo was going to do just as bad as Bryce Miller, and you brought him in, and he did even worse. I mean, yeah, the score isn't 10-0 yet, but it might as well be. This is fucking terrible. And like I said, Bryce Miller, you can't count on him. Saucedo is one of the worst in Major League Baseball. He's terrible, garbage, right? I can't count on Bryce Miller. I can't count on Castillo. I can't count on George Kirby. Like literally, the only pitcher that we can count on probably is Logan Gilbert. And at one point, he was not very good at the midpoint of the season. So can't count on any of the pitchers. The mid relievers are terrible. Closers can't close games. Seawald's not there. We can't fucking hit. Can't get 5 runs. Can't get 7 hits. Just I guess the season's over for us. Because we needed to go 5-1 against the Rangers in these last 6 games. So we got 3 games on the road, and we had a previous 6 games, 1-5 record. Okay, so we got 3 on the road. We're going to lose this one. We'll lose tomorrow. We'll lose the next day. Then we got the Astros at home for 3. Loss. And then we got 4 games at home to end the season against the Rangers. I mean, are we even going to win a game? Fuck, if we play like this, we're not. It just sucks to be so good in July and August as like the best team. Julio's breaking records, things that we haven't seen since 1900, and he got his stats up. The hitters started to kind of come alive with J.P. Crawford and Teoscar and Julio. And then now the pitching is this dog shit. God, we need Shohei Ohtani. We are in trouble. We are in trouble. And the magic number is 7-3. And, right now, this is already one of the losses. So that means what? We have to go 7-2 in the last 9 games? That ain't happening. Oh, brutal. Brutal. I mean, they might as well hit a grand slam right here and go up 10-0. What's the point? We're not coming back. I mean, might as well pour salt in the wound. This is tough. 6-0 Rangers. But I already knew going into the matchup that this was going to be so fucking hard. Like, literally, this would, every team has got an easier route than us. We literally have the hardest route to make it. So I would assume that, it was just going to be like we would fight, but, we'll probably end up going like 4-6 in these last 10 games. And the Blue Jays are going to get in, and the Astros and Rangers are going to get in with the Orioles and the Rays, and we're just fucked. So until next year. There's another one, 7-0. How about another one, 8-0? How about another one? Oh, that's great. 8-0 Rangers. Eight zero, boo. Like, why did I even stream this fucking game if it was going to be like this? Golly. But it shows you how important pitching, chemistry, timely hitting and like believing, and obviously they knew that the record, most of them, I would assume, would have been like, oh fuck, 1-5. It's one thing if we were like 3-3 against them, then I think the confidence level would have been a little bit higher. But when you're 1-5 against a team that looks like they're better than you, you have to get going early and often. You can't Bryce Miller like rip you up. Back all the way to the warning track. And we are at the end of the inning as Teoscar flips it up to a fan. No problem. We're only down 8-0. But at least I get to go see the Ducks and I get to see Colorado tomorrow. So there'll be some food consumed. Hopefully I can have some good signal on my phone so we can do some of the potty stuff in the pregame. I'll be able to party with some of the players' parents and some of the Ducks alumni. Hopefully LaMichael James. He is being honored at the game tomorrow into the College Football Hall of Fame, which is very cool. And it'll be a very loud, obviously ovation for him. Love me some LaMichael. I just have to decide on what jersey to wear. They're doing a yellow-green back and forth in different sections, but the section that I'm in is yellow, and I don't own any yellow T-shirts or any yellow Duck jerseys. It's like literally the only color that I didn't really buy because I don't really like yellow as a color. So I'll either do the Justin Herbert, green apple with the sweats, and I'll do that top to bottom, or I might end up wearing the LaMichael white sewn jersey from the Natty when we played Auburn. I know that one will pop. I'll be like the only one in white with the gloves and the fucking chains and whatnot. So I guess it just depends on what I want to wear to be able to be seen, because I'll be wearing green in a yellow section or I'll wear white, or if I wear the D'Anthony black one. So I don't know. I'll have to decide in the morning what I want to wear, but probably it'll be that Justin Herbert sewn green apple. And if I do the fitted top to bottom, and then if not, maybe I'll wear that white LaMichael for LaMichael this weekend. So anything has got to be better than this fucking game right now with the Mariners and the Rangers. At least I get to go see Dion, Primetime, Shadur Sanders, Travis Hunter, and hopefully Bo Nix and Bucky Irving, Troy Franklin. We will find a way to get the dub. Let me see what the spread is. Now, last time I checked, it was like 20-21, which is a little ridiculous. 21-point favorites. 19 ranked Colorado, 10 Oregon. I don't know if it should be that much of a point spread difference, but our defense is terrible. So I would assume that they're going to score points. We're going to score points. Our crowd is going to be electric. That's for damn sure. Because people are going to be tailgating there from like 7 a.m., 8 a.m. And normally when the game is at 5, then they're really lit. But the game is at 12:30. So it'll be that right balance of drunk and food in the stomach and ready to party. And it's loud, where people aren't like falling over, passing out. They're going to be like engaged in the game. So I'm so excited. And I'm behind the Duck bench too, so it's going to be lit. All right, JP Crawford fouls it off himself. Come on, JP. Come on, JP. We gotta. My buddies, they're like, "Fuck, dude, so lame," and I'm like, serious. 0-2 pitch to JP Crawford. I mean, the game. I just don't even know what to say to this fucking game. We have one hit. I mean, how the hell do the Mariners think that they're going to get to the fucking postseason when Bryce Miller gives up all these runs, Saucedo comes in and is dog shit, and we got one fucking hit out of all our guys? And I like the players. I like JP. I like Julio. I like Cal. I like Teoscar. I like Gino. I like Kelenic. Fuck France. He can leave. I like Dom. I like Rojas. So really the only one I wouldn't mind leaving is Ty France. And I kind of like Ty, but I don't know. He's just not very good. We need someone better. And then the pitching that we were really relying on is not doing anything. So you can't hit, you can't pitch. I mean, how are you supposed to make the playoffs? And the answer is you don't. But with that being said, go Mariners. Oh, brutal. 2-2 pitch. Oh, bobbled. JP actually got a hit. There we go. Nice job, JP. We got to give a shout out to Dane Dunning because I'm not a hater. He's the main reason why the Mariners are being booty cheeks, ass juice. Let's take a look at his stats. 5 innings pitched, 2 hits. He just gave up his second hit just now. No earned runs, only 2 walks. He only has 2 Ks, but I mean, he made it past what Miller had, and Miller only had 2 Ks and gave up fucking 6. So. All right, Julio, we're going to lose this game by 1 billion. You might as well just homer. So at least I have one thing to smile about today. Okay? What do you say? What do you say, brother? The electric. Low and inside. Yeah, it would be really cool if we have like a 45-42 game, for the Ducks in Colorado, where it's like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and there's 2 seconds left, and then Oregon has to kick a field goal from like 30 or 40 to win, something like that. But the tickets are super expensive. Most of the tickets, are like 300 and up, 400 and up for the game. Unless you're sitting up at like the nosebleed, but even some of the nosebleed stuff is going to be going over 100. I mean, especially if Dion, is coming to town. I assume that Wu-Tang has been following them. If we end up getting like LeBron and some of the other Nike athletes, to come through. I mean, who knows who might be there? Drake, LeBron. I've seen a few Duck games where they had like a Nike meeting in Beaverton, kind of not too far from me. And at one of the games that I went to, I think that USC game years back, LeBron was there, Chris Paul was there, Carmelo Anthony was there. So it's like I'm not used. When the celebrities show up, it's a big deal. Oh, he hit him! Fuck! God damn! Hit him on the back elbow. Luckily, he had a pad on there. Golly, Julio to first. Good thing he was wearing a pad. Bounced right off that elbow pad. All right, next up, big dumper catcher Cal Raleigh. If we can get a 2-run homer here, I'll be happy. I mean, hell, I'd be happy with a fucking hit, let alone a home run. No, I would hope so. They were ahead, 16-0 last time I talked to Preston. So, them and the Phillies and the Cubs and, Marlins are kind of fighting, but I would assume the Phillies and the Brewers will be the biggest threat to the Braves and Dodgers. But in a long series, I don't see them winning. I mean, if it's like a 5-game series, first team to win 3, yeah, maybe. But if it's best of 7, there's no way those teams are going to be able to beat the Dodgers or Braves. Not this year. But if one team were to get knocked off, it would be the Dodgers, not the Braves. Scott Service checking up on Julio's elbow. $33 times. Unbelievable. Come on, Cal. Come on, Scott. You got to be better, brother. Worst moment in Ducks football when we fucking lost in the Natty versus Auburn. That was the worst because that was the only national championship game that we were going to win. We weren't going to win anything else, Mariota or in the playoff. I mean, those teams were not good enough. But in that 2010 year, Rose Bowl, Natty, Rose Bowl, Fiesta Bowl with Chip Kelly, that was the year that we deserved to win the championship. Back. Go on. You ask for a Cal Raleigh homer, you get a Cal Raleigh homer. Thank you, sports gods. Let's go. Sometimes you just got to ask for the home run and you get it. You see? ESP, baby. You feel me? Oh, that ESP. That ESP, baby. Change up. Bang! Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Nice job. The sports gods were feeling my depression and anxiety kicking in. All right, okay. The Rangers have beat up Orion enough. They lost, but 8-3. I mean, fuck, if we can come back and win this game, golly, maybe we will make the playoffs if we come back and win this one. I'll take it. And then we just got to get this fucking pitcher out and then rough up the next guy. Nice job, Cal. Way to be. Next up, right fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. How about back-to-back home runs? What are you saying? What do you say, sports gods? A little like electricity in my diet? How about it? Teoscar, little dribbler. One away. Next up, left fielder, Jared Kelenic. Oh, it's Gino. I skipped a batter. I was sending Cal Raleigh gift to my friend. I was like, yeah, we lost, but at least something good happened. Congratulations to the Brew Crew making the playoffs. 8-3 Rangers. Come on, Gino. Yeah, but that one hurt, in that Oregon Auburn with Cam Newton. And, when that running back rolled over on the back and never had his knees touch and got those additional yards for them to win the game, that one hurt really, really bad. Because I knew that was our chance. That was the only chance that we were going to have in that Chip Kelly era. And we won a Rose Bowl against Wisconsin and Russell Wilson the year after. And that was one of my favorite memories of Duck football besides Joey Harrington in the Fiesta Bowl. And then obviously Justin Herbert getting his Rose Bowl win. But those are my three favorite moments. I think at that point, Rose Bowl, obviously with Chip Kelly against Wisconsin and Russell Wilson, Joey Harrington in the Fiesta Bowl against Colorado back in the early 2000s, 2001. That team had the best collective Duck team ever as far as players going to the NFL. And then the Justin Herbert against Wisconsin in the Rose Bowl was another really good one for me. But then losing to Cam Newton and Auburn, that one was tough. There we go, Gino. But ironically, the LaMichael James custom jersey that I have from that game, that's got like the, kind of highlighter yellow border with like that kind of silver print for the numbers, where it's like zebra print. And I got James sewn in the back from a seamstress, and I got the BCS patch on eBay about a couple days after and got that sewn on. That might be my favorite, Duck jersey, just because it's custom. So. Oh no, it wasn't Joey Harrington. It was the fucking offensive line. It was the coach. It was Joey Harrington. It was the defense. I mean, Joey wasn't going to make it on that team. Now, if he would have went to a team that actually had an offensive line, maybe he would have been able to be a second string, third string quarterback and then making it maybe for like an 8 to 10 year career, maybe kind of like a Kellen Clemens, when he got in and then he was on the Chargers and he had some flashes, but really wasn't great, but he wasn't terrible. That's what Joey Harrington's career should have been. Kind of like a Kellen Clemens or a little bit better. But again, sometimes you go to the NFL and even when you win a Heisman like Marcus Mariota, you're not it, and even Justin Herbert, he might be the best player that we've had out of Oregon come out. But until they fire Staley, bring in a quarterback guru, fix the offensive line, and get a fucking defense that doesn't get hurt every year with guys like Joey Bosa and Derwin James and Khalil Mack. I mean, all these guys are fucking trash because they can't stay healthy. They're not trash, but you know what I mean? Like, you're only good if your availability is on the field. Like, oh, we got Joey Bosa, Derwin James, and Khalil Mack. Where are they? Oh, they're on the bench injured. That doesn't help Justin Herbert. And everyone wants to talk shit about him, that he's not that good. No, he's good. The offensive line stinks. The coach is a piece of shit. The defense is garbage, okay? They went from Anthony Lynn to Staley. That's trash. You need someone better. Like if you ended up getting Sean Payton, for example, to go and mentor Justin Herbert, you'd get a big drastic improvement, not fucking Staley, who thinks he's like the, Chip Kelly 3.0 idiot. Yeah, it's not Harrington, and honestly, Harrington's jersey that I have a sewn white jersey that's extremely rare that I ended up buying on eBay for like $30. It's worth like 300. It's actually one of the only ones that was sponsored by Nike when it was Harrington for Heisman, and they actually made sewn versions of the Joey Harrington white jersey with the name stitched in the back from Nike themselves. And I ended up finding one on eBay years ago. I would have paid 250, 300 for it. The guy in Ohio had it like at a flea market, and he was selling it for $30 because nobody in Ohio gives a shit about Joey Harrington. And I was like, "Yep, I'll scoop that up." And to this day, it is one of my favorites. And you always get compliments on it too because nobody has a Joey Harrington jersey nowadays. And if you do, you probably have the green and black and yellow one, not the white one. That one is extremely rare. So I always like trying to find the rare jerseys. I think my next rare one will be a Haloti Nata. That'll probably be my next one because I don't own a Haloti Nata jersey. But if I get one, I want to get a sewn one. So yeah, but we don't have Kayvon Thibodeau. We don't have McKinley. I mean, like I said, it's on the back end, we had Noah Sewell and Penny Sewell at one point with the brothers and whatnot, but one on offensive line, one on defense. But the defense is shitty. Well, I mean, I can be a Duck fan to be real. They're not good. We're terrible. You know what I mean? There's so many other teams out of the 8 teams that are ranked in the top 25 that actually have a fucking defense. Oregon State, Washington, Utah, even USC. They might have some holes in their defense, but they have better players than us. Like literally, our defense is probably the worst, right there with Colorado. Our 2 teams can't stop a nosebleed, so it'll be a lot of points scored tomorrow. For big facts. 8-3 ranges. This I got my Mariner buddy Justin with a little bit of a smile. $19 to a hundo. Nothing on the Cash App yet. Hopefully, we'll end up getting something there. Pitches inside. 0-1 count. Yeah, and I thought Dan Lanning is this, defensive coordinator supposed to be the best in the country. Where are all the Georgia bench players that were bitching and complaining that they weren't getting playing time, that were going to transfer and follow him? Where are they? They're not here. They're still in Georgia. You know, I honestly, I'm like you, Matt. I wish Mario Cristobal was still there because that was the best vibe that I felt with him being real and honest and genuine. I don't get that vibe from Dan Lanning. He's just here temporarily until Kirby Smart gets fired and then he goes there, or when he gets a better opportunity for him and his family. He ain't here for the long run. I like Mario a hell of a lot more. I like offensive linemen, defensive linemen, former players, someone that obviously played with The Rock. And he's not a Chip Kelly, and he's struggling at the U, but he wanted to go to his alma mater. I can't blame him. So, but I haven't really liked anybody besides Bilotti and obviously Chip Kelly. And I would say Crystal Ball was probably the one that I've liked the most post Chip Kelly, but it's been ugly. You know what else is ugly? Ty France and that swing. Fucking terrible. Ty France, garbage. Next up, DHing for Seattle, Dominic Canzone. Go, Dom. Pitch inside for the zone for a strike. Nice job, Dom. All right, bases loaded, and we are one of the top 2 teams in Major League Baseball with the Dodgers when the bases are loaded. When we got one guy on, we're terrible. When we got guys on first and second, terrible. Runners on the corners, terrible. But for whatever reason, the Mariners are amazing with bases loaded. So All right, let's go. Rojas. Let's be that OG, triple OG. Hey, if they're going to have their 9-hole hitter go for a 3-run homer, how about we go for a grand salami, baby, with Rojas, huh? Why not? Then make it 8-7. Then we can actually come back and win this game. And then this would be the springboard game that gets us into the playoffs. I mean, that's literally what would have to happen. We would have to come back and win this game and then get on a little bit of a heater, win maybe 2 out of 3 against the Rangers, 2 out of 3 against the Astros, and win 3 out of 4 at the end against the Rangers. But it all starts right here. RBI or a homer. Let's go. Yeah, but we don't got no pro players on defense. At least, Christian Gonzalez, Thibodeau, like we have some guys like that, but 2 guys out of 11 still isn't good enough. That's why whenever we play in a bowl game, we get killed by whoever we play. Brock Purdy and Iowa State beat the shit out of us, so it's like, it don't matter. We could be 7-5, 8-4, 9-3, 10-2, and we get to the bowl game and we just get our ass kicked in the Mr. Clean Bowl. It don't matter. Unless we have like a Herbert, at quarterback or like some good players. So I'm just going to enjoy the Pac-12 as much as I can in this final year. Westbrook, yes, bases loaded. There we go. 8-4, baby. Yeah. Hey, we walked in, a bases loaded, right, to them, and we just did it in return. Let's go. Gino walks in and obviously a walk there. 8-4 Rangers. Okay. Rojas. We'll take that walk. Next up, J.P. Crawford. Let's go. Walked in a run. We're very good with bases loaded. I can't believe we actually are starting to come back a little bit. Now the pitcher is out, and now it's a whole nother ball game. We just needed to rough up the pitcher. And then if we were able to do that, maybe we would have a slight chance. And here it is. Like, no matter how bad it looks like in baseball, in football, it's over. In NBA, it's over. NHL, it's over. But once that starting pitcher goes out, you never know what might be able to happen, even if the other team is up 8-0 or 8-1 or 8-2. There we go. We need a comeback. Another RBI right here, I mean, would be nice. I don't know. It's tough to say, with recruiting and everything else. But like I said, Bucky Irving, is nice. Our running back room is nice. Bo Nix is nice. Troy Franklin is nice. But, I mean, offensive line is good. But, again, the defense is just non-existent. Like, we don't even have one. Like we have nobody that can get sack lunches, or the linebackers can't cover. The corners and safeties are fucking terrible. So, I mean, like I said, Colorado and Oregon should be able to go back and forth, and hopefully it ends up being a 45-42 game with a field goal right at the very end for the Ducks to win. Even though the Ducks are projected to win by 21, but, we'll see. $8-4 though. That's a hell of a lot better than 8-0. Too bad we didn't get no help from Bryce Miller. You failed us, Bryce. Tenth hitter to the plate this inning. JP, a little dribbler. Throw to first, and there's the end of the inning. Fuck. Well, JP left 3 stranded. Fuck my life, huh? But at least it's 8-4 now. Evan Carter's up again. No, we're not going to make the postseason. What makes you think we're going to make the postseason? We're not. I mean, I've been a Mariner fan since the mid-'80s. There's no way. We have to go 7-3 in the last 10 games. Okay? We got the Rangers 3, Astros 3 at home, and Rangers 4 at the end. We're 1-5 against the Rangers this season. So that means that we would have to go 7-3, and if we lose this game, that means we'd have to go 7-2. What makes you think that we're going to be able to go 7-2 in these last 9 games if we can't even hit or pitch? I mean, I hope we do, but it doesn't look like we're going to make it, bro. All 3 teams between the Rangers, the Astros, and Mariners were all separated within like a game. But okay, you said would be. Okay, well we're not going. We're 0.5 away from the Astros, but the Astros schedule is pretty easy. But I would assume it'll be the Astros, Rangers, and Blue Jays, and the Mariners will be the odd team out. It should be the Twins, take a seat, and we get in over them. But obviously, they're going to win the division. It's always going to be the Twins or the Guardians in the Central, and they, have like 6-7 wins less than us. But that's just the way that the baseball gods have things situated. No, we're not going to win the division. It's not happening. We'll be lucky if we even make the playoffs. I mean, like I said, if we lose this game, then we're going to be 1-6 against the Rangers, and then we have to play them another additional 6 times. Not looking good. And then we got the Astros in the middle. I mean, how the hell are we going to win? What's the formula? Bryce Miller isn't pitching good. Castillo isn't pitching good. Kirby's not pitching good. Maybe Gilbert will. Maybe he won't. Our mid relievers are ass. Nobody can hit. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I hope we can turn it around, but we literally need to go, 7-3 in these last 3 games, and even that might not be good enough to get in. So it starts here. We need to come back and win this game, but being down 8-0 or 8-2, I mean, I don't know. And we have the hardest schedule out of all the 4 teams that are left. Between us, the Astros, the Rangers, the Blue Jays, it's like by far. Rangers for 3, on the road. 3 at home for the Astros. That doesn't do us any favors. And then 4 at home versus the Rangers. Like, fuck my life. Like, we have to play, like, literally, like, the hardest. I mean, I guess it's in our control. We don't have to worry about someone winning or losing for us to get in. But, like, literally the hardest possible schedule you could have. And then prior to this, we had the Dodgers and got swept. Thanks. Pitches outside for a strike. 1-2 count. We got Gabe Spire in. Yeah, but I've been watching Mariners since the 80s, so I'm kind of used to it. We've only had really 4 good years in 35. 95 slide, Griffey and Edgar. 97, Griffey's AL MVP year. 2001, Ichiro's rookie year when we won 1 billion games and lost to the Yankees in the first round. And then last year, where we overachieved and beat the Blue Jays, but then lost to the Astros. 4 good years out of 35 years of me being a fan. That's not good. But we are on, pace to have a good 15-year stretch where we may have many, many good years. I was hoping that we would go to the playoffs last year, go to the playoffs this year, and consistently go to the playoffs for 10 to 15 years. But we're in a very serious threat of missing out this year. Pitching is so crucial, especially here at the end. That was a quick inning. Nice job, Gabe. All right, end of the sixth inning, 8-4 Rangers. Next up for the Mariners, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. 0 for 2 with a run. That's not going to cut it. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a run. He's got a homer, 3-run dinger. Cal Raleigh. Let's go, big number. We need a multi-homer game from you. And batting third, 0 for 2, right fielder Teoscar Hernandez. Let's go Mariners. I just keep it real. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I can't be one of those like biased fans that just thinks that everything is going to go our way just because we have Julio Rodriguez now. It's like, you know, I think I've streamed. I'm like literally the only one that streams, you know, on YouTube for Mariner games full time. And, you know, I've done, I don't know, 80 to 100 of the 162 games. And, you know, I've been watching Mariner baseball since the 80s, the mid 80s. So it's like, I know what's good and what's not good. And we're not playing good baseball right now. Now, we were the best team in July and August in Major League Baseball besides the Braves. Yeah. But having a tough schedule in September, having the Dodgers and now Houston Astros, and then Texas Rangers, Houston Astros, Texas Rangers at the end, I think it's just going to be too much. You know, now if I had a little bit more confidence in the pitching and hitting, and Bryce Miller actually pitched fucking 6 innings a day and didn't give up a fucking billion runs, maybe I'd feel a little bit better. But and then obviously bringing in Saucedo, that motherfucking idiot, was like anybody but him. But again, sometimes he's good, sometimes he's not. So we'll see. But I hope that we can turn it around. Yeah, and I think like player for player, our team is just as good as anyone in the American League. You know, I really feel that. But again, even though you have name recognition, Bryce and fucking George Kirby and Castillo and Logan Gilbert, ultimately all the pub and love and the media that's giving them, they have to go out there and play well. They just can't be like, oh my God, they have one of the best, rotations between those 4 guys, top 5 in the Major League Baseball. But if they're not playing well, it doesn't mean anything, you know? And we have to get 7 to 10 hits and 5 runs a game. We can't win like last year in Julio's rookie year with George Kirby and Cal, where we were winning those close 2-1 games, 3-2 games, 4-3 games, when we had a record of like 20-5 in 1-run games. We're not good this year in that scenario. There goes strike 3 on Julio, 1 away. I just have to keep it real. You know, I'm always gonna keep it 100. I'm always gonna be honest. If we're good, we're good. If we're not, you're gonna know it. You know, and at this point, we're not playing good baseball. Next up, big dumper catcher Cal Raleigh. Electric start at that other at bat. Now he's batting right-handed. I don't know if I like that. Good at the left-handed, not so good in the right-handed. But every once in a while, he will go yard. 8-4 Rangers. Foul back. $30 home runs, 26 of them lefty, 4 righty. Oh, I got to give you the righty graphic. Come on, Cal. Pop foul. 1-2 count. 28 home runs last year. He's got 30 now. He's number 1 in home runs out of any catcher in Major League Baseball within the first 2 years there. Three-two pitch. Cal. Center field, not to the warning track though. 2 away. If the pitcher is a left-handed pitcher, just bat left-handed. It can't be any worse than batting right-handed if you're not very good. 4 home runs righty, 26 home runs lefty. Like, yeah, a righty pitcher versus Cal being a lefty hitter, boom, home run. But if just because the lefty pitcher and then I have to go to right just because the manager tells me so, fuck that. Like, screw you, Scott. I'm going to go left and I'm going to get a home run. You know, it's like, I hate that lefty to righty, righty to lefty. Like, you're telling me that a righty can't pitch to a righty for a homer and a lefty can't pitch to a lefty? I mean, come on. Stupid. Like Moneyball, but retarded. All right, throw to first, safe. Here we go, T. Oscar. Like, sub, donate, share. Help us keep continuing the run to get well above and beyond 20,000 subs, which we just hit that number a couple days ago. So, and if you are new, let me know that you're here. You know, give me your name, where you're from, who your favorite teams are, players are, whether you're watching on Twitter or X. You can't comment or donate there. You'd have to come to the YouTube channel. But for the people that are watching now, you know, you can always introduce yourself and let us know that you're here. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure, Sarah, that we'll probably skip the Raiders and the Steelers on Sunday night, and then I'll just bang out 7 reaction videos, you know, starting at 1:30. So I'll watch a morning game. You know, maybe I'll stream a morning game. I guess it just depends on if I was going to stream a morning game and then do reaction videos all day, but I might be too tired. But, you know, until that Sunday night football matchup gets better, let's see what it is the following week. Chiefs and Jets, you know, which will probably be a blowout, but at least I get to see the Chiefs play. So, I mean, I'm sacrificing donos for not doing that stream, but I could get more subs. So sometimes you have to make a decision. I mean, I could end up doing Saints, Packers, or Falcons, Lions. I mean, that's probably what I would do. One of those 2 games if I was going to do a game in the morning, or Chargers, Vikings. That's going to be a hell of a lot of offense. So, but I got to do reaction videos all day, so that's going to be a lot of work. Doing all the games, you know, there's a lot of people that, you know, that try to do some of the reaction videos, and they usually do a couple, like 4 to 7, you know, throughout a week. But when you're doing 16, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of effort because you gotta pump those out within the first 2 days. Otherwise, you know, you're not going to get as many views. But I do enjoy doing them though. 2-2 pitch, got him. Yeah, so so we are. I'm going to the Ducks game, so we're not going to stream tomorrow, and I'll you know try to live stream from either my seat or at the tailgate party, and then Sunday, you know, I'll let you know. But you know, either I'll do a game in the morning, but probably I'll just watch a game in the morning, you know, and then unless I decide to do that Saints Packers game for the Saints fans, and then we'll do reaction videos from 1:30 until probably 9 p.m. So yeah, there is a good chance that you'll be off this weekend. But if I do a stream, it'll probably be in the morning, and then I'll do the reaction videos after. So the number one stream that I would do would probably be the Saints and the Packers because the Saints fan base supports me. So that would probably be the one that I would do. But the ones that I'm interested in are the Falcons and the Lions, Saints and the Packers, Chargers and the Vikings. Those would be probably the only 3 games I would do in the morning. And then we got on Monday Night Football, we got the Eagles and my Bucks, which will be dope. And then the Rams are on a little bit after. I'm not sure if I really like the idea of having 2 Monday night games, but I kind of like it. But I think that they should spread out the times a little bit. You know, do one at 4 and then do one at like 7. You know, even though I know that would be incredibly late for people on the Midwest and the East Coast, or one at 4:15 and one at 6:15. Like spread out the times, not 4:15 and 5:15, but I mean, whatever. Yeah, but the other one will be kind of boring. It's Rams Bengals. So, but again, you never know. Maybe the Rams play well and they beat the Bengals, and then they go 0-3. Can you imagine if the Bengals went 0-3? Puka and Tutu would have to go off. So, No, like I said, as long as you're not showing the actual game footage, you're good. So like I said, I can have the game on my TV or on the computer. I obviously on my platform I have like music that is free and available, that's not copyrighted, that is accessible to me. So anytime you hear me with any type of additional music, either whether it be rock like this, right? Or a little bit of, the other kind of mellow, low key tones that I use. I usually have about 3 that I'm using here. But yeah, and like I said, I've been doing Mariners for a couple of years now, for the live streams. And if I could do reaction videos for like NHL and for MLB and get good views off of them, I would start doing them. Maybe I'll do some during the playoffs, but again, most of the time it's just based off the actual footage. As long as you're not showing footage, you're good to go. So, and I do live streams for the NFL, college football, MLB, NHL, uh, what else? NASCAR, AEW, WWE. I mean, we do pretty much every single thing that you could possibly think of. And then I do reaction videos for NFL and college football, and maybe we'll do some for the NBA season. And once we get into NBA season and once baseball and NASCAR end, then we will transition in doing some NBA games and some college hoops as well. Let's go, Mariners. And I would assume you're a Mariner fan, correct? You're not living in the Pacific Northwest. Where are you living? Or are you a Ranger fan? I would assume that you're a Mariner fan, but you might be a Ranger fan. Where are you living at? And who's your favorite team? 8-4 Rangers, bottom of the seventh, 0-2 count. Game giving me a little depression and anxiety. Wish I had a full blown bar here in the room where I could be taking some Modelo's, Coronas, some tequila, maybe some Crown Royal Apple to the dome. But you know, oh, you're from Seattle, but you're in Korea. Nice, nice. Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm actually half Japanese, so my dad is like Czech and European, and my mom is from Osaka. So not a whole lot of Asian representation on a lot of the sports streams either. Like I said, you'll get a few people maybe on the basketball side for NBA, but you don't really see a lot of Korean, Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese representation on YouTube as far as sports. There's going to be YouTubers that are out there, representing the Asian American community and whatnot, but obviously trying to be able to, represent for, not only, the Asians, but just the sport fans all over the globe. That's cool. So you're from Seattle and you're in Korea, and I assume are you in the military or not? And if you're not in the military, you have family there and you decided to visit the family and live there, or did you just decide to go to like the homeland and go to Korea and just live there? There goes Spire, 8-4 ranges. Yeah, but I do, like I said, many, many, many games. Like I think we're doing 162 games in the regular season, and I think I've streamed 80 to 100 already. So I mean, I do almost every game, except at this point when we end up getting into football season. NFL, college football, it kind of takes priority. AEW, WWE for wrestling. Whenever we have like the pay-per-views, we'll do that. Mariners, that's definitely a priority. We'll do that. And when it's NBA season, I live in Oregon, so we'll do a little Blazers, but then I'll do like the good teams. We'll do Miami Heat, the Boston Celtics, Milwaukee Bucks, maybe a little Lakers, Warriors, whatever. But primarily we do football first, and then maybe a little bit of wrestling and whatnot, and then everything else. We do the baseball. I'll do the Kraken. For obviously the hockey fans. Sometimes a little bit of NASCAR sprinkled in, a little bit of NBA, but I feel like NBA and college hoops are kind of at the bottom. So it's kind of like the pecking order goes NFL, college football, wrestling, Mariners and Dodgers, since my dad is a Dodger fan, and I met King Griffey Jr. when I was 7. So obviously that changes your life. And then, probably NBA and college hoops at the very, very bottom. I would put baseball and hockey and NASCAR even above those things. So Seattle living in Texas, hoping for a miracle. Yeah, Troy, I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, pitching isn't very good. we have to get 5 runs and 7 to 10 hits. We're not very good in 1-run games or close games like we were in Julio, Cal, and Kirby's rookie year. So this is like one of those things where we were 1-5 against the Rangers going into this series. 3 games on the road, 3 games at home versus the Astros, and then 4 at the very end versus the Rangers. It's not really sitting pretty, and we probably would have had to gone 7-3 or better. And unless we win this game, we would have to go 7-2 the rest of the way, and I just don't see that happening. You got family out there? Nice. Yeah, growing up here, obviously in Oregon, like I said, lots of Korean, Japanese, Chinese, Vietnamese, Laos. There's a lot of representation of the Asian community, obviously out here in Oregon. Not, and obviously in Seattle, there too. Very cool, man. All the way from Korea. Troy in the building says, can you give a shout out to my wife, Sarah? Sarah in the building with Troy. Mariners. Yeah, I got one of my really good buddies that, we used to beer pong and play basketball and party. And then he ended up moving to Arizona and then moving from Arizona to Texas. And he's actually in Dallas. He's actually at the game right now. And then his son actually ended up getting a ball pregame and whatnot. It's very cool. But I told them, I was like, man, we need this. You guys are already fine. You guys don't need to win, even though that's not the truth. They need this win just as bad as we do, especially when all 3 teams, Astros, Rangers, and Mariners, are all within like a half a game. So no problem. Both of you guys are Mariner fans? And how long you guys been Mariner fans for, Sarah and Troy? Let's go, baby. We need a miracle. Campbell with a strikeout. Yeah. But I met, Griffey when I was 7. So that changed my life forever. And I still have the rated rookie autograph. Look how beautiful the autograph looks. Like Ken Griffey Jr. took the time to spell out his whole name. That changed my life forever. If he would have just scribbled that shit, I still would have meant a lot to me. But just the fact that he took the time, that how much it meant to me, and shout out to my mom for taking the picture, for those memories. It's like, when you have mom and dad and they're like, take a picture. Like, no, I don't want to do that. And you get pissed off as a kid. Thank God I let, the parents do what they needed to do. Otherwise, I wouldn't have memories like that. And then when I was 10, I met my dad's hero, Sandy Koufax. So best left-handed pitcher, best left-handed hitter, 7 years old with the fro, 10 years old with the bigger fro. And then, my dad, we try to go to games as much as we can now. And, yeah. And I've had some pretty good luck going to games. I've been to like 7 Mariner games, and I've gotten 3 baseballs in 7 games. I got a Kike Hernandez foul ball, a Julio Rodriguez rookie foul ball, and I got an Aaron Judge ball out of that 62 home run season from last year. So last year I got a Aaron Judge and a Julio ball. I don't think it's going to get any better than that. So there we go, Campbell. Got out of the inning, 8-4 Ranges. All right, we got to find a way. I don't know. Maybe I need to throw up some throwback stuff here. Throwback stuff? Edgar? Randy? Griffey Sr. and Griffey Jr. And I did meet Ken Griffey Sr. too. Might have been the nicest human being I've ever met in my life. Very humble. And it was obviously a year before, and in 1990 they played together, and obviously homered and whatnot back to back. But when I ended up meeting him in the photo, that was the rookie year. So 30 years, yeah. I've been a fan since the mid '80s. So I already knew about Ken Griffey Jr. when he was in like single A, double A, triple A. So I already knew when I was 7 years old and I was in first grade. I knew that Ken Griffey Jr. was going to be my hero besides my dad. And I knew that he was going to be a Hall of Famer. And I knew he was going to change the Pacific Northwest. And the 2 biggest guys that we've had out here were, at that time, Clyde Drexler for the Blazers, and then obviously Ken Griffey Jr. And obviously we got blessed with Edgar Martinez, Randy Johnson, Ichiro, and now we have Julio. So awesome. And I don't know if you've subbed to the channel and whatnot, but hopefully we can get a sub from you and Sarah on your guys' phones and add to the the sub count. We just broke 20,000. we're now, we have what 986 subs to go to 21,000. And again, I've been grinding for 11 years. This is my 7th year on YouTube, and I feel like we're probably the most slept on, channel on YouTube for sports. And I got the biggest sport channel in Oregon. So there's still others that are bigger in Washington, but I'm working my way up there. So I just got to keep grinding. And then eventually try to get to a point where I got the biggest channel in Oregon and Washington for sports and wrestling, and then moving it down towards California, but I'm not there yet. So 20,000, 25,000, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000. That's the, that's the goal. So yeah, Griffey was, it's one of the best days of my life, period. I'm just looking up here. I got King Griffey Jr. autograph, 8x10, PSA DNA, autograph, All-Star Ball, game used, McFarland's, rookie cards, all that. But probably one of the coolest pieces I own is I have a McFarland Chase, which is like the rare version of the figure. And it was in the early 2000s when McFarland got the license for all the sports. Todd McFarlane, creator of Spawn Comics, and then obviously does the action figures. And Starting Lineup had the contract for all four major sports from 1988 to 2000. Then they lost the license, and then McFarlane bought it, and he's owned it now for like the last, 24 years. And early on, they did football, Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, baseball, basketball, and a lot of that young, old stuff is worth a lot. And I have a Ken Griffey Jr. Chase where it's supposed to be him in the Reds uniform, but I got the Mariner Chase version, and it comes with a piece of wall. He's got an earring, removable stunner shades, and he's actually climbing the wall and that famous pose where he robs the home run. And I got it in the package with a case on it. That one runs probably about 350 for the Chase figure, and then I got another Griffey that's worth about 150 through a special through that toy store that's in Washington. It's an exclusive. I have to go over there and look to see what it is, but that one's pretty cool as well. Top of the 8th, 8-4 Ranges. Come on, narrate the game. Come on, like the stream, subscribe to the stream, donate to me. You're pretty demanding, bro. And a lot of times when people are demanding like that, do they like the stream? No. Do they sub? No. Do they donate? No. So tread softly, or you'll get the big boot. All right, they got a meeting on the mound here. And there's nothing to narrate if they're having a mound meeting. So slow your roll. All right, come on, Ty. 0 for 3 today. Runner at first, top of the 8th. Oh, almost hit him. We need a miracle, but the chance of winning this game or even tying this game is probably 1% or even below that. But at least we, didn't get shut out. Brant's popped up. Back to the warning track. One away. Yeah, they got Haggerty coming in. Now we really lost. Fuck. Why are we bringing in Haggerty? Golly. Maybe he'll get something, but Now the Rangers are complaining about what our jerseys look like. They're announcers. Hilarious. What's up, David? Nothing else to say? Huh? You're pretty quiet. All I hear is crickets from you. Popped up. That was a wasted at bat. And they run into each other. 2 away. And now they're going to have Dylan Moore. Now we're just really giving up. Lee. All right, pinch hitting again. Dylan Moore coming in. I don't like this. It's like pretty much you just gave up. Like at this point, like you're bringing in Haggerty and Moore. Like those are the guys that we're bringing in. You could have brought in Mike Ford. That would have been the right person to bring in. But again, sometimes when you end up having Scott Service, you end up getting good decisions, and then sometimes you end up scratching your head thinking, "What the hell are we doing?" Like we just essentially you're just giving them an at bat, but we gave up. Like the game's over. 8-4 Rangers, 2 outs, 1 runner at first, top of the 8th, 1-0 count. One zero pitch. Big swing and a miss. 1-1 count. Thank you, Megan. Doing something that David would never do. $20 holla. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to do for photos, and I got you. No worries. Yeah, you've had a long week. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $20 holla. Appreciate you very much. Let me know what you want to see for photos, and I got you. 61 to go. Chopper, throw to first. Got him. That was one of the worst half inning decisions that I've seen from Scott Service in a minute. You want just the regulars for the photos? Anything that you want, Megan? Let me know. Type below what you want, and I got you. Start off with some Seahawks stuff. Okay, I can do that. If that's what you want to see, I got you. You're really on the you're on the God stuff like I am when it's Shark Week, where it's like shark stuff everywhere. Let me squeeze one more in here. I'll get you a few more once we get a little bit further along. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I'll get you a few more once we get into another commercial break. 8-4 ranges. You know what's really fun? Is on Dreamcast, they have a couple fishing games where you actually can get like a reel, and then you can use that and it like vibrates and everything, and you can use that to play the fishing games. I don't know why I love that game so much, but I was thinking about actually buying a Dreamcast just for those games, so that way I can get the actual fishing controller. Super fun. You wouldn't think that a fishing game would be that fun, but the way that it's like an arcade type of style feel to it for like bass fishing and whatnot, like tournament style, it's cool. You know, different boat, different lure, different area that you can go to, different types of fish. But that was like one of the most underrated systems. Sega Dreamcast. I used to have one. I should probably go buy one at some point. The shark is broken. Yeah, that's why I brought it up for you. I figured you would know what that was. Throw to first. One away. All right. Bottom of the eighth. 8-4 Rangers. Not looking too good for us here. Nice pitch. Right down the middle. First strike. 0-1 count. Yeah, Megan is. She's in Australia. So you're in Korea. She's in Australia. So when people usually donate, we usually typically will stick to like sports or wrestling, sporting teams and players at first. But then sometimes we'll go into like food or movies or rappers or whatever, whatever we decide to rock stars, bands, whatever it may be, cars, whatever the topic is at that particular point. Try to do it for mental health. Who doesn't like looking at things that they love, right? Whatever that may be. Oh, okay. I figured you would know everything about it, but I saw it and I figured I'd pull it up for you. Pitch is low in the dirt. 1-0 count. Come on, Campbell. This one has been a disaster from the very start. But that's a good thing, like I said, a lot of us that are regulars on the channels and a lot of the mods, a lot of us have depression or anxiety or have gone through some traumas or some drama in our life. So anything that I can do to be able to help people out with the mental health, even if it's just a few photos, of their favorite things, like I said, sometimes you don't realize something as little as that could really go a long ways for someone's mood. Like listening to a song or going for a walk or watching a movie or watching a cartoon back from when you were a kid. I mean, I'm an 80s baby, so I'm always watching Transformers, G.I. Joe, Ninja Turtles. I usually try to watch at least one vintage cartoon a night, and it definitely makes me feel better. The simpler times, like, what was for dinner? What time do I got to be home? Before cell phones and the internet. 3-1 pitch. Pop foul for Campbell. But I love me some Shark Week. I mean, like my life kind of just stops when Shark Week comes on. Like I'm watching every episode every day. I'm just like very, very into shows that are continuous like that. Little dribbler, get him, Campbell. Got him. That's mustache in the biz. All right, we're going to the top of the ninth. Last chance for the Mariners. J.P. Crawford, Julio Rodriguez, and who? Cal Raleigh. Let's go, baby. Let me see if I get a few more photos for you, Megan. You got a particular favorite one out of all the movies? Commercial break now, so we're trying to put up photos for the people that donate, whatever they want. All right, Mariners, let's go. Last chance. Did you? Nice. All about the Funkos, huh? All right, last three batters for the Mariners in the top of the ninth. Shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Batting second here in the top of the ninth, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Let's go, J-Rod. And batting third, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. They got to roll this Chapman. Jesus Christ. This one, what is he going to pitch? Like 109 every pitch? Golly. Yeah, and I definitely got to, have a fun day tomorrow to make up for this loss. And hopefully the Ducks don't lose to Colorado. But it'll be the first game that I've been in Eugene for over a year, so I am very excited. I'm going to try to get down to Eugene for that USC game also. If I can see Caleb, even if I have to get seats that are a little bit higher, it'll be worth it being able to see, the Ducks possibly lose, but a very, very good quality game. And, to be able to see Caleb in person before he goes NFL would be awesome. 2-1 count. JP, there we go. JP Crawford with a little bloop. All right, JP, I see you. Nice job. Next up, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. J-Rod, we need this. Can you get this? And then we can go 8-6. And then Cal can go up and we can go 8-7. Running out of time. It's crazy to kind of think that he might end up being like one of the best USC quarterbacks ever, like out of their entire history. I hope he, gets to the right team. And even if it is the Cardinals, if the Cardinals do grab him, hopefully they fire the coach and get the right people around him to make him successful. It might be rough for like a year or two, but he's too talented just to be like, well, as long as you have the right coach and the right supporting cast. But, what we're seeing in, obviously, Arizona, there's some pieces there, but I would fire the coach 100%. I mean, it's one thing if you didn't like, who you had before with Kingsbury, but I think, oh boy, Gannon is even worse. So, I mean, James the Terminator, Kana, Hollywood Brown. I mean, you got some, okay pieces there. Nothing to get crazy about, but kind of like in the same position where Carolina and Houston are right now with their football teams. So, and injuries out of 2 out of the 3 quarterbacks. Technically, all 3 quarterbacks are hurt. Richardson is out. C.J. Stroud is playing with a shoulder injury, and Bryce Young is out. So that's not a good sign for those 3 quarterbacks. Julio got him. Struck him out. Oh, your brother would love it if Caleb went there. But honestly, if Caleb does go to Arizona, it'll give us a reason to watch Arizona Cardinal games instead of everyone avoiding them. Like it'll be like, oh, we have to watch Arizona now to see what Caleb can do. So sometimes, being one of the best players, it will have its perks to be able to try to lift an organization out of the gutter. Or maybe he goes there and then we have to wait for the second team that he goes to blow up. So there we go. Go, baby. Go, JP. Go, JP. My buddy just sent me the Julio strikeout on video from the outfield. That's at the game, my boy Jake. There we go, Cal. Nice hit. Yeah, but that's what happens when you end up being the best player. If he ends up being the best quarterback, you go to the shittiest team. So, I mean, I would assume that Bryce Young and CJ Stroud probably wanted to go somewhere other than Carolina and the Houston Texans. But if you get the right coach in there, it's like Jacksonville being the worst team for 2 years, getting the first pick back to back, getting the wrong coach in Urban Meyer, then getting the right coach in Doug Peterson, and now the Jags look like they're the team to beat in the AFC South moving forward until the Colts can catch up. So, you can be shitty for a couple of years, get the right coach in there, boot out the wrong one, build the squad, get some free agents, draft well, and then turn shit around. Big facts. 1-0 pitch. Pitch is low and in the zone. They call it a strike. Runners at second and third, 1 out. Come on, Teoscar. We need you, brother. Brother. 8-4 Rangers. Top of the ninth. Runners at second and third. 1 out, 1-1 pitch from Chapman. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. So, like I said, if they fire the coach that's there now, I think if Kingsbury was still there, they would be in better shape. I don't like the coach that they got there now. So I mean, it's one thing to be a coordinator, but to go from a coordinator to head coach, a lot of guys can't do it, and I don't like him at all. But again, he'll be one of the first people that they decide to make a change with. They'll either fire him at the end of this year, or they'll give him one more year and fire him, and they got to get somebody better. I mean, it doesn't sound enticing for Caleb going to the Cardinals, but there will be quite a few teams looking for quarterbacks, and there's going to be probably 5 that look really, really good. Big swing and a miss. There's 2 away. There goes Teoscar. This game is essentially over. He's waving. Bye. All right, Eugenio Suarez, last chance. Suarez? Oh, he got a hit. There we go. Gino drove 1 in. JP Crawford, 8-5. I mean, we suck, but I mean, just imagine if Bryce Miller didn't give up like 6 runs. If he would have just, given up like a couple, we could have came back and won this game. So, I mean, Bryce really came out of the gates terrible, and if we would have been able to have a good performance pitching-wise, because that's really what's going to get us to the playoffs in these last 10 games, if we go 7-3 or 8-2, is the pitching has to be great every game. And if it's not, then you get results like this, where we're scratching and clawing and trying to come back, but a little, too late. 8-5 Rangers, runners on the corners. Come on, Jared. I put Jared Kelenic on the post, for the game, on the socials. Can he be the hero? Can he tie it up 8-8 with a 3-run blast? Yeah, Gannon sucks. Garbage. I mean, we already saw what the Eagles did with defense in the Super Bowl. Nothing. 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 2-1 count. Come on, Jared. Yeah, I think Stike and Shane I like, but I'm not big on Gannon. But again, there's only certain coaches that I really, really like. I mean, I like McVay. I like Kyle Shanahan based off their intelligence. And I like Dan Campbell on the Lions because he might be the realest motherfucker on planet Earth. I like guys that are real, that don't bullshit you, guys that'll be straight up, and also guys that will surprise you, that they'll get down and do the push-ups with the players and do the drills. I mean, how many coaches would really do that? Maybe 5 coaches out of the 32, And if you do shit like that, it brings a lot of trust and they'll, run through a wall for you. So, pitch is low, and he walked him. Base is loaded. Yeah, Staley garbage too. All right, 8-5 with one swing, we could end up winning this game. But it can't be Ty France because Ty France is terrible. Ty France 0 for 4. Now, this is Ty France from like last year. Then I'm like, okay, maybe, but not Ty France from this year. Notices there's quite a few college football games going on tonight as well. Come on, Ty, we need you. 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. Terrible. On time. Oh, Ty France. Why? Mariners are in control of their destiny, but what happens with destiny? You lose the game with Ty France. What's new? Fuck. Final score 8-5 Rangers. And it's really nice too because everything started to fucking freeze up. Brutal. What a fucking shitty way to have the game end like that. Hold up here. See if they're even going to replay that. Fucking France. Golly. Final score, Rangers 8, Mariners 5. See if I can reload that. It's funny, too, because as soon as it went kind of towards the end of the game, a lot of the stream started to freeze. Like they knew. Let's see if I can open this one up. But I got to go on a walk, take care of Paisley, get ready for the Duck game versus Colorado. And, yeah, like I said, I don't know what happened with, like, the servers, but almost all the servers froze and whatnot. But, nothing special there. Ended up, trying to end up, extending a little bit of a Uncle Mo opportunity there in the ninth. But, I mean, you got Ty France, who's 0 for 4. You already know he was going to go 0 for 5. So, oh, brutal, brutal, brutal. Any last second photos or anything that anyone wants to see here, from the people that donated, let me know. But again, I'm going to go take Paisley for a walk, and then I'll be doing the, I'll try to be able to do some, footage from the, tailgate, process, prior to going in, and I'm going to be able to party with some of the players, moms and dads, as well as some of the alumni. And I know they're celebrating LaMichael James going into the College Football Hall of Fame. So hopefully I get to see him and meet him and get a picture or whatnot. But I don't know if he was going to be at this particular event, but I have a feeling he might be. So especially if some alumni are going to be there and, getting hooked up, obviously, with the tickets is ideal. And shout out to Mo Gumbo and Mike making it happen. And it's just nice to be able to, shout out to Camden Lewis, the kicker, because that's where we're ending up getting the tickets and whatnot. So, well, I appreciate all of y'all very, very much. Like I said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Lots of college football and baseball tomorrow. I don't know what the Mariners are. I mean, I hope we can end up turning it around tomorrow, but no guarantees. The next 2 games are going to be in Texas. We have to win at least these next 2 to kind of keep it interesting. Then win probably 2 out of 3 against the Astros, and I don't know if that's possible. And then we got the last 4 against Texas at home, and we probably would have to win 3 out of 4 there. So it's not looking very good for the Mariners' chances of making the playoffs, but you never know. So I appreciate every single person that, commented, donated, shared. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Any last minute photos that you want to see, Megan? Anything else? Are you good? And like I said, I'll try to go live from my phone while I'm at the game or at the tailgate, or, a little bit before or after. And then on Sunday, I may do Packers and the Saints live stream at 10 a.m. But more than likely, I'll just watch the games, and then I'll start doing reaction videos from 1:30 till like 9:30 at night. And, probably skip Sunday Night Football to try to get more subs and views. And then we'll do Monday Night Football, Bucks and Eagles. And then I'll do another 7 reaction videos on Monday and do the Bucks game, do 2 on Tuesday, and a few of the college football games as well. So next Sunday. Yeah. Okay. Well, I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I hope you guys have a good day. Go Ducks. Hopefully we can find a way to, get a victory tomorrow, which I think we will. And we'll see what happens with the rest of the games, like the Dodgers. We'll see what they end up doing. See, if we were able to match up against the Dodgers before getting swept, we probably would have been in a better position in these streams. But getting swept by the Dodgers was just a harsh reality that coming into this series, things were not looking very good for us. So, but I still got to keep a little bit of faith, even if it's just a little bit. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And I got one question for you. Who talks sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, and I'm out. Okay.